biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world and use them to gain political influence. Since 2019, Mubadala, remember? Mubadala's the company we talked about way at the beginning here, that the Khaldun guy runs and MBZ is the chairman. Yeah. Mubadala has held 2019 an indirect stake in the Israeli company NSO Group, the developer of the Pegasus spyware.
Hi, I'm Melissa Johnson, and I am the HR manager and general counsel for Kmart Manufacturing in Giddings, Texas. Most of our employees who could not afford the high-priced insurance with the co-deductibles, they would sign up for the HSA. But by the time that they paid their premium, there was no money left for them to go to the doctor or even take advantage of the health insurance account.
They're all friends. In 2022, the Saudi company for artificial intelligence, another PIF subsidiary, invested more than $200 million, very chunky, in the Chinese firm SenseTime, which is widely known for its facial recognition and surveillance technologies, which were sure to change for surveillance and power over the average person. Anyway, 2 years later, the PIF subsidiary Alat entered into a partnership with one of the largest manufacturers of surveillance technology in China, Dahua Technology, to produce surveillance hardware in Saudi Arabia. For its part, QIA, which is, I believe, Qatari, acquired a stake in Databricks in 2023, a data processing and artificial intelligence company whose platform can be used for real-time surveillance applications. Josh Kushner and Thrive, Henry writes, led Databricks' most recent $10 billion, there's that number again, in fundraising. Although while Roll discusses real-time surveillance, Kushner assures us that Databricks is driven by, quote, its mission to democratize data and AI. Never underestimate a billionaire's ability to use the word democracy inserted to the middle of any sentence to make it feel like it's for the people when they are fucking you right up the ass while they do it. My God! These guys have absolutely gone everywhere since Donald Trump took power in, I guess, in January 2017. And he had the hiatus there where they were still, in this case, Jared Moore, I'm referring to, were using that influence directly to get money and investments with all these places that are trampling on any quote-unquote human rights that people who care about democracy would pretend to care. Because they don't. They don't.
Isn't it funny how everyone, it just seems like Israel, Qatar, China, everyone's just kind of like teaming up. They're like, all right, you guys got Facebook, and we're going to make the AI that does the real-time survey. And they're like, all right, meet back. Meet back in a few.
Yeah, it's almost like all the geopolitical conflicts are like a little derived as a stage for us to just
one together,
right? Throw some armies out, we'll throw a few bodies
we'll play out a few wars.
Yeah,
we're not dying.
Yeah, a little pop control.
Come on.
A little pop control.
You ever ran a simulation on like your NCAA football? You're like, let it run for like half the season. We'll come in, finish it up, and
that's right.
Continue on.
Just let it simulate away. And make sure some defense companies make a lot of money and that we're investing in them ahead of time. By the way, we'll throw a few bucks in it too.
We founded them.
You founded them.
Yeah.
If there's no such thing as a national, it's all multinational.
That's it.
That's all it is. But that's
crazy.
Doozy.
So, look at Black Brawl, BLM riots, ghetto grade. Like, this shit is disgusting, bro. This shit is absolutely disgusting. But he became the black token Negro. Almost always the worst version. That became the job. He's the guy who's... We hated him his whole life. This man literally is shaped like a liberal lesbian.
Who gave birth to y'all children? You or your mister? You talking about Michelle? Your wife don't look like a sick Jeff Ross. No matter how much money your mister spit on her face not to look like Lord Farquaad.
And then this is another thing. He got with this woman 15 years ago when she looked like this. So think about that. He looks like a lesbian and she looks like this. So this is kind of like an understanding of how these two got together. She looked like a space alien. Sorry, but I think she, it is what it is. And the reason why I feel free of, in talking about this woman when her husband is the one that's running around talking shit about people is because he's running around talking shit about other people's wives. So I have no problem talking about his wife. Just in case somebody comes in the comments saying, why are you talking about her? She didn't say all this stuff. Well, I'm about to show you that she does say all these things in the background. So, yes, she looks like this and he looks like that. So it all makes sense to me.
How much money your mister spit on her face not to look like Lord Farquaad, she still ended up looking for her face dealing with women. It's already out here lying on Noah Wells. Talking about a source told you that he was doing cocaine.
And this person told me that it's over 100% chance that Nolan was using cocaine during this period of time.
But your wife looks like she does cocaine at this period of time.
Exactly. Listen, Aunt Jemima tater tits. Just go back to your regular routine and ain't no matter. So worry about your wife who look like she taste test truck stop glory holes.
So this is the reason why this dude hates black people. He's shaped like a woman. Her new name is
Was using cocaine during this period of time.
But your wife looks like she does cocaine at this period of time.
Exactly. Listen, Aunt Jemima tater tits. Just go back to your regular routine and ain't no matter. So worry about your wife who look like she taste test truck stop glory holes.
So this is the reason
I don't even know what that guy said.
He's shaped like a woman. Her new name is Officer Santana. Oh, wait. That's somebody's song, so I gotta take that out. But this right here, y'all, is the reason why this man is the way he is. He's literally shaped like Queen Latifah. This man is shaped like a gay person. I gotta get out of the song. Auntie, bro.
Called Uncle Tom, Cone, sellout. You trucking and jobbing for the white man. You telling me this boy is only hanging around white people and somehow he's part of it. Black people shun you. So I don't want to hear no black person trying to, and it comes to his rescue now. When in the black community, they shun you.
They shun you when you got Uncle Tom Hill. There's a good possibility that the reason why Officer Tatum hates black people is because he spent his whole childhood being shaped like a tall, 60-year-old, top-heavy, overweight white woman. Yep. So, here's his wife right here. I heard.
Oh shoot, I gotta come back.
Yeah.
I got your bag and everything.
Yeah.
That's funny, I just remembered it while you called. That's funny, huh?
That's why you remembered it, because I called.
Yeah, I would never remember it. But when you called, I was like, wow, I wonder what I did. Wonder why she's calling. And I was like, oh, I got her bag and all her stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give it to me.
I'm gonna go back. She ain't going nowhere. She'll call in.
Yeah, go ahead and say go. I'm going to call in. I'll go ahead and call in.
Bringing this stuff back, girl.
Call in. See my call. Call the collie.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Ring her in. Call the collie.
Love you.
Let me see. You coming back now?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay.
Okay, God bless you. I'll see you in a minute.
God bless you. Okay.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you. Bye.
Is his wife talking mess about black people, and they did a whole podcast just talking mess about black people. This is a clip, but I didn't watch the whole podcast. But she spent a lot of her this podcast laughing at black people next to her black people hating husband. I heard. Yeah, I heard that thing.
We make jokes about black people. We make jokes about black people.
I've been
And
married
we
to a
make
white
jokes
woman
about.
long enough where that I hear the smoke detectors now.
It just dawned on me. I now remember where I recognized Brandon Tatum's wife. But this is what she used to do before she got with Brandon Tatum. I knew I recognized her from somewhere. Do you remember this right here? This was Brandon Tatum's wife before she got with Brandon Tatum. She used to play. Put a one in the chat. Y'all remember this character that worked for McDonald's? It was Brandon Tatum's wife. They both have like moon-shaped heads. Piano. She was extremely talented. She worked for McDonald's. So because of this, I have to put a lot of respect on Brandon Tatum's wife because she was out here doing her thing way before she got with Brandon Tatum. So this is the reason why she got a facelift or whatever that word is down there, a bio something. This is how her face was shaped, and then she turned around and got her face done, and now she looks like, well, never mind, she still looks terrible, but it is what it is.
But Michelle Obama is not a good-looking woman. Everybody can't be fine, like my wife. Everybody can't be fine like that.
This woman looks like a lactose intolerant zombie. So I want to play this too, and then we're going to get a little farther into this. We're going to get a little serious after this, but the little Mac dude, yeah, it was an actual woman and not a dude. We thought it was a dude, but it was actually Brandon Tatum's wife.
Be a good boy for master.
Whoever made this meme doesn't realize he doesn't look like
Hey,
this.
what up,
He
what
actually
up,
looks
what
like
up, what
this.
up?
Hold on.
Toby, be good boy for master.
Whoever made this meme doesn't realize he doesn't look like this. He actually looks like Officer Tatum is shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana can be brothers or sisters. Officer Tater Tits got caught wearing the same pants as Saucy Santana. So I want y'all to let me know, am I wrong for saying this right here? Do these two people look exactly the same right here? These are the same people. And this is the reason why this man hates black people. It's shaped like a woman. Him and Saucy Santana can be brothers. Or look at the pants. Or sisters. So I'm putting it on the big screen. They're wearing the same pants. They're wearing the same clothes. And they have the same breasts. Look at his breasts and then look at his breasts. They're literally shaped the same. They both have breasts. They both have childbearing hips. And they both have the same knees. This is the reason why Brandon Tatum hates black people. Officer Tater Tits got caught wearing the same pants as Saucy Santana.
Now, I don't know if she a man or not. I don't think she is.
I don't think you shaped like a man or not. God damn it, I keep forgetting about this damn song. I gotta take this out two times. But this is the reason why this man is the way he is. But now that we got the jokes out of the way, I want to share a little bit more serious side of all of this. So there's a guy named Ced Thompson.
Dangerous
guy here.
man's life is when he loses the thing that.
So I want to get into the psychology of people like Brandon Tatum, and because I think this is important for all of us to learn from, because you got jokes, but then you have the serious side of this.
Michelle Obama, you dirty, sorry.
The most dangerous moment in a man's life is when he loses the thing that told him who he was. I've been thinking about that ever since I saw this clip of D.L. Hughley responding to Officer Tatum's perspective on the Nolan Wells case.
And before we go down this rabbit hole, one, make sure to hit the like button. Two,
The DraftKings experience you know and love, all in one easy-to-use app. Available now nationwide.
but I want to speak on this part right here. Him talking about Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama, you dirty, sorry.
Do you think him talking mess about Michelle Obama is a bad thing? We gotta talk about this first. Do you think him saying these things about Michelle Obama is bad?
Michelle Obama is not a... Everybody can't be fine, like my wife.
So yes or no in the chat. Do you think saying this about Michelle Obama is what makes him a terrible person? Yes or no in the chat. This is how I think. Tatum talking mess about Michelle Obama is, I don't have a problem with that. You know why? Because I've talked about Melania Trump. I had a video that got like 500,000 views, and it was all about talking mess about Melania Trump and Donald Trump. This is part of it right here.
Melania made the statement she did.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but I talked about Melania Trump. So if Brandon Tatum can talk mess about Michelle Obama, does this make me a bad person when I talk about this?
The reason Melania Trump came out and made the statement she did is because a book is being released in the United Kingdom in 2 days, where there's interviews and pieces from interviews where Epstein and Prince Andrew discuss how they were both fucking Melania before she was passed on to Donald, and how they were all shocked when he married a paid-for whore. Have a good day.
The first time Donald Trump had sex with Melania was on my plane. This is Epstein talking. Remember how she said in her statement, I was never on Jeffrey Epstein's plane, I was never on his island? Little did he know I beat him to the punch a year before when I was at a party of New York's top models. Things got wild, and by the end of the night, I ended up almost naked in the back of a limo going at it with Melania. That is Jeffrey Epstein claiming that he Melania.
So, Brandon Tatum is talking about this woman, and I'm talking about this woman. And I'm black, and he's black. Here's the thing that we have to pay attention to, because I like to just separate things and put them all back together, all right? When you look at this man, Officer Tater Tits, the first thing I see is him saying things that he doesn't necessarily believe. Him saying things because he's going to get validation from saying it, right? And I think that's the biggest thing that we have to pay attention to. The why. I always like to talk about the why. The reason why I was talking about Melania Trump is because, one, I did enough research to be able to say, yes, is a very good chance that Melania Trump was a prostitute. She was, allegedly getting ran through by a lot of the elites back in the day. And Donald Trump decided to wife up a prostitute, and now she is now the wife of a president, but she started off as a prostitute. I did research, all right? She actually came out and started speaking in a way where you're like, oh damn, somebody, Amanda Ungaro is about to tell all of her business, and this woman that used to be a prostitute is trying to jump in front of it. That was an actual story that was going on. I didn't come out of nowhere and start shitting on Melania Trump. I don't know this woman, but she literally started the situation, with her press conference out of nowhere. So it wasn't out of hate. Another person, Candace, started talking about Brigitte Macron being a man. Some people would say Michelle Obama is a man or was a man or whatever. So do you look at what Candace said and shame her for what she said about Brigitte versus what Officer Tater Tits is saying about Michelle? My point is this. You have to look at why they are saying these things. Now, I can't speak for Candace because that's her business on why, but I can speak on me on why I talked about Melania Trump. I talked about Melania Trump because she started talking about herself, and it became a big story. And if you know about, the background of Donald Trump, Melania was by Donald Trump's side for decades as he was doing all of these heinous things. So I have a certain amount of disdain, not only for Donald Trump, but for his wife. And the reason why I came out to talk about it is because of the tadpoles, the traffic lights, the trafficking and stuff, right? So why did Officer Tater Tits start going off on Michelle Obama. It's because she's black. It's not because it's another story. It's because it is. It's because of that. It's because she's black. And that is the difference between other people and Officer Tater Tits. So now let's go into Officer Tater Tits' story.
Jail, you dirty, sorry.
The most dangerous moment in a man's life is when he loses the thing that told him who he was. I've been thinking about that ever since I saw this clip of D.L. Hughley responding to Officer Tatum's perspective on the Nolan Wells case.
And his name, this guy who did this documentary, I think he knew Officer Tater Tits, and they had somewhat the same story. They both were in football or whatever, but his name is Cedric Thompson. Ced Thompson on YouTube.
You're a black man, they make you hold the shit you used to be, so it holds weight now. He was a football player and failed at that. Found his way into police work. He's always looking for the same adulates and same cheers he used to get on the football field. And usually them came from white coaches. He's only doing what he's been trained to do.
You get you one of these Trump 2.0 shirts right now.
Only reason people on the right fuck with black people is if they safe. He looks like the kind of man that would have to marry a white woman. He looks like the kind of man that would have to marry a white woman.
And what he said is facts. And I can say that because I lived it. I understand Brandon and what he's doing.
I'm getting sick of black people, right? I like the black people like me and others that are conservative, that's smart, but the rest of y'all, I'm sick of y'all.
We were both faced with the same question that changed our lives. And looking at where his answer took him, and he realized there was one question I asked myself that sent us on two completely different routes. So I was a captain at the University of Minnesota. I declared for the 2015 NFL draft, and I was drafted by the Miami Dolphins, and I was the 150th overall pick.
And just listen to the story, because him and Officer Tater Tits has somewhat of the same story. Because like I said, we're talking about the background of Officer Tater Tits and why he's the way he is. So this is a very intriguing story.
Practice squad my entire rookie year, and at the end I decided to go to the New England Patriots for my second year. And then I was released after not playing well against the Chicago Bears, and it was legitimately one of the hardest days of my life. I loved being in New England. I wanted to be on that team so bad, but it just didn't happen. I didn't play well, and it just wasn't just didn't play well. And that was the first time I was hit with, damn, football can really end for me. This whole thing could be over. And it was tough because that was my whole identity.
So right here, football, or winning, being a good football player, was his whole identity. Well, it's the same when you look at Officer Tater Tits. He was a football player, and he's going to discuss that. But I want to speak on identity in particular. Your identity is who you actually used to be. And he's going to talk about that. And not who you actually are. Me in particular, Mr. Let Go, Aaron. The reason why I call myself Mr. Let Go is because for the last, I would say 20 years, but professionally for the last 7 years, I help men and women let go of their childhood trauma. And the reason why that's significant is because I see Officer Tater Tits' childhood trauma also. And I don't want to help him let go of this because he's making more money than I am. And you know, when you get presented with an opportunity or some money and it can feed your family, go for it. I ain't mad at you. I think you're a bitch for doing it, but I ain't mad at you. You gotta take care of your family however you want to take care of your family, right? So there's no helping Officer Tater Tits let go of anything because he made a decision and that's who he is and that's who he wants to be. But his story and my story can actually help people watching and help relieve you of the anger you may feel when you see Officer Tater Tits saying all these nasty things about black people. He's paid to say these things. He is literally like the bad or the evil wrestler in WWE wrestling. You have the good guys in wrestling and you have the bad guys in wrestling. So Tater Tits is the bad guy in wrestling where everybody's like, boo, boo, right? But guess what? The bad guy in wrestling is as famous as the good guy in WWE wrestling. So that man just simply decided to take a side and it just is what it is. So that is his identity. The problem is those wrestlers were white, and they did not speak against white people, you know, in the WWE. They spoke against just wrestlers. It was just a wrestling thing. But when you're a black person, and we've been through so many different things historically, it's a little different when you're a black person and you run around specifically just going off on black people for white people. If you want to go off on black people because you think black people need to do better, that's one thing, because I've done that and I do that now. Because you want your own people to do better, and you kind of like, you know, talk shit about them. But the thing about it is, when you only degrade the black people, when you only talk shit about the black people, and there's nowhere in your life or your past or your present when you're not helping black people also. See, I will talk shit about single mothers, but at the same time, I will tell single mothers what they have to do to become more favorable in the dating market or favorable in their own family, right? I have gave courses. Some of the women in my chat right now, watching right now, I've coached and I've helped. So I don't just run around shitting on a group of people without helping that group of people, because it's not about shitting on the people. It's about letting the people know, like, hey, what you're doing is problematic. But if you were to do this or follow me over here, now, guess what? You can turn around and change this group of people that are being dysfunctional and make them more functional citizens of their community, right? Stop allowing intrusive, annoying ads during the live. What do you mean? October 3074. Ads are ads. I don't know. If ads are playing, that's kind of like what YouTube does. Are the ads doing something differently than they're usually doing? Let me know in the chat. I usually just run balanced ads, so I don't have crazy ads. Or is it the type of ad that is playing? But let me know what's going on in the ads, because, you know, I'm on live and ads are going to play, but it is what it is. Okay, so somebody said no. Okay, cool. I can't control the ads, y'all. Like, this is how I get paid, all right? Now, if y'all want to just spam me with super chats and $50, $100 super chats, I'll turn the ads off. So I can do that. So if y'all want me to turn the ads off, y'all gotta drop a whole bunch of super chats and that'll be a different story. But I gotta get paid. But if the ads are crazy, let me know. All right. So going back to what I was saying, your childhood has formed your identity as an individual. Whether you're Brandon Tatum, you're me, or whether you're you. And it's important for you to sit back and just think about what I am today and how has my childhood trauma affected me. Is it in a positive way or is it in a negative way? Me in particular, I'm happy to say, due to the fact that I was traumatized and I went through whatever I went through, and we all was traumatized. I'm not saying I was like overly traumatized. We all was traumatized. I grew up in the hood. I help the community. I understand what being raised by a single mother can feel like. My mother was great, but being raised by a single mother traumatized me, okay? In different ways. I wasn't R-worded, I wasn't M-worded, but but my trauma pushed me to become a better man. Tater Tot, his trauma made him into a worse man. I'm assuming, because I don't know, he was raised by a single mother just like I was. But I used growing up in the hood, you know, being around a whole bunch of stupid people, seeing my mom get her ass beat by different men, it made me want to help women and not hurt them. But have I said something negative about women? Hell yeah. I said a lot of negative things about women, because when it comes to single motherhood, nobody ever advocates for the child of the single mother. So yes, I've said a lot of negative things about single moms because it seems to me that as the single mother of the child, does she ever think about how her child was raised? Because the thing about it is, that's the reason why I'm bringing this up. Single mothers, because of their lack of bandwidth, because of their need to make money along with raising their children, and they're doing it by themselves, that woman or those women can inadvertently raise young boys up to be like Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum holds a lot of anger in his heart for women because he's always talking about black people, but he's mainly talking about black women and stuff. But he never gives out a solution. He never helps black women change their overall narrative. I've been coaching women in particular, but men too, for the last 7 to 10 years. And I would say 7 and not 10 because I kind of like forgot how long it's been, but I would say between 7 and 10 years. So I always gave back. I always view my community as an asset, and I always view myself as somebody that is always open to serve the women and the men in my community and become a server of the asset and make the asset better, because women and men, of course, are assets to us. The better you are, the better I am. The better I am, the better you are. So yes, we've all said this about this president, that president. We've all said something about Melania Trump. We've all said something about Michelle Obama. I have in the field,
your gear has to be as resilient as the terrain. From the rainy northwest to the frost of the middle.
Is, you know, there was a story about, and let me know in the chat, have you heard about the story of Obama, the Obamas, they had a chef, and it was a black guy, and he showed up dead. I talked about how maybe they unalived him or some shit, right? So I don't get mad at Brandon Tatum or anybody else that will go on social media and talk shit about Michelle Obama, talk shit about Barack Obama, talk shit about Melania Trump, talk shit about shit. We talked about how Hillary Clinton or
Yo,
what up?
I'm on the way, but I had to go back to the house. I forgot to leave some stuff there that was Tina's. So I'm running a little late, but I'll be there about 4.
Alright. That's cool.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll see you at 4.
Okay, yeah. God bless you.
Alright.
Peace.
God bless you. Peace.
babies. So that in itself does not make you a bad person. It actually makes you a person that is open to learning about what they may not know. All right? But when you just become this this hatred-filled person, and you never stop, and you never help, because the helping is the way you give back, then you become an evil human being. And that is what Brandon Tater-Tot actually became.
Not releasing the Epstein files. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't care what you do. Start a war. Just don't let them get out. If I go down, I will bring all of you down with me.
When the most recent batch of records connected to Jeffrey Epstein started to surface, a single name jumped off the page in a way that felt like a glitch in the Matrix. It wasn't the name of a politician or a movie star, at least not a modern one. One of the accounts was labeled BAAL. Now, for the average person, that might look like a random set of letters, but for anyone who has spent time looking into ancient history or religious texts, that name carries a weight that is almost too heavy to process. In the book of Jeremiah, Baal is described as a false god to whom people once made unthinkable sacrifices. So when investigators found that exact name tied to Epstein's financial activity, it didn't just raise eyebrows, it sent a chill down the spine of the internet. It felt like a confirmation of a theory many have been too afraid to speak aloud, that this wasn't just a network of predatory behavior, but something much darker.
Among the documents released on January 30th, one particular record involving a money transfer quickly drew attention from online users and investigators alike. In that document, Epstein reportedly requested that an amount of over $11,000 be wired to a bank account identified under the unusual name bar, which immediately raised suspicion. Screenshots showing the alleged payment instructions circulated widely on X, where users began sharing theories of possible links to so-called demonic or occult practices.
This is exactly where voices like Cat Williams enter the chat. Cat has been on a literal warpath lately, exposing what he calls the suppliers of Hollywood. In his now legendary interviews, he hasn't just hinted at shady behavior, he has flat out stated that guys like Epstein and Harvey Weinstein are providing something specific to a group of extremists at the top of the food chain. Cat's revelations suggest that the entertainment industry isn't just about movies and music, it's about a fantasy island environment where the wealthiest people on Earth can indulge in their darkest impulses. When you combine Cat's warnings with the discovery of the BAAL account, the picture...
At Zaxby's, you don't just get chicken fingers, you get the sauce. Who's got the sauce?
L account, the picture stops looking like a series of isolated crimes and starts looking like a coordinated effort to hide a ritualistic underworld.
Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein.
Hello.
Hi, Donna.
No, this is not her number anymore.
Sorry about that.
It's alright, God bless you.
Guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment has not existed throughout history.
Right.
But the documents didn't stop at strange bank names. They led investigators into a digital correspondence that felt completely surreal. People online began dissecting emails that on the surface looked like mundane grocery lists or catering requests, but the language used was just off. Phrases about transporting beef jerky, sending it to labs, or walking it over to people appeared in oddly repetitive ways. Tegan, a staple in the high society circles that Epstein moved in, has a history of tweets that in the light of the Epstein files look absolutely haunting. We're talking about public posts where she joked about going to jail over pizza, or made disturbing comments about the show Toddlers and Tiaras, saying that seeing the little girls in pageants made her want to put herself in jail.
Epstein Files Connections and Chrissy Teigen. First, let's talk about how in an interview she said she would eat if you were at a very fancy restaurant. A human would try a tiny bite. Really?
Absolutely not.
Is that terrible? Let's not forget the tweets of her saying if you eat this one bite of it, you could eat any other meat for the rest of your life. Or eat turkey forever, and she would choose. And watching the show Toddlers and Tiaras, she said, seeing little girls do this half, I just want to put myself in. She said, I'm going to jail over pizza. We all know what pizza is now. I'm bored. Really want to watch Give Birth. I'm about to Anthony Weiner this kid. That is somebody who got in trouble for doing bad things with very young people. He just said the cleanest and best pleasure is to, with a water slide that goes through a shark tank, time to get mine on. I saw a baby that looked like a, has she do anything kind of. Is this wrong to think? A little in the pageant now. Eye candy for me. She said, I like to add a pinch of baby powder to the flour when I fry chicken. So it smells like, just read the rest. Went to the children's aquarium looking like a PDF. In this interview, they asked her where's the best place that she did it. She said the best was the Obama thing, and they got in trouble.
Then there was the infamous swollen lip post. Tegan shared a photo of her face looking distorted, claiming it was an allergic reaction to an orange. The internet, being the digital detective agency that it is, immediately pulled up photos of Epstein himself with the exact same facial distortion. When the unsealed files mentioned certain consumables that led to physical reactions, the orange excuse started to look very thin. It's these coincidences that keep viewers clicking. The idea that the truth isn't hidden in a vault, but hidden in plain sight, masked as dark humor.
Posted this of a swollen lip, claiming it to be pesticides from an orange. Epstein also got swollen lips. From consuming what exactly? She said it was just an orange, so probably just an orange. Putting her thumbs up at the Grammys because Nicki Minaj wasn't there. Nicki Minaj tells us she has an eggplant, allegedly. She also had pizza in her Snapchat name, posting things like this and this. Room service was expensive, so she brought her own hot dogs to a hotel. Go look up what hot dog means. Deli Roll was talking about Jesus, and look at how annoyed she is. This was her face during the whole speech. She looked so mad. Just go watch the clip.
However, if you want to understand the true scale of this, you have to look beyond the celebrities and toward the handlers. Investigative journalists like Whitney Webb have been screaming from the rooftops that Epstein wasn't the boss. He was a tool. Webb's research suggests that Epstein was essentially a high-level intelligence asset, a man whose job was to build a honeypot operation to gather dirt on the most powerful people in the world. This brings us to figures like Elon Musk. While Musk projects a one of the bros persona on X, Webb points out that he is essentially a massive military and intelligence contractor. To keep those lucrative government subsidies, you have to play by a very specific set of rules. The Epstein files show communications and connections that suggest Musk may not have been as distant from the circle as he'd like the public to believe. The question isn't just who went to the island, but who was backing the man who owned it.
You know, I see Elon Musk as a person who has like a very specific persona he wants to project to the public, and then there's business Musk, right? And I don't think they're necessarily always the same person. So, you know, for example, Elon Musk, a lot of people maybe forget, you know, he's a big military contractor. And also, you know, the Space Force, that's also an intelligence agency, so he's technically a military and intelligence contractor. In order to keep your contracting business with those things, there's certain rules you have to play by, and certain things, I would assume, you can and can't say, or you'll lose those lucrative contracts. You look at someone like Elon Musk and his business history, a lot of his companies would not have been successful.
He's just made value even better. Buffalo Ranch, now part of the $7.99 meat and drink.
A lot of his companies would not have been successful, would not have been successful without significant subsidies from the government. So, you know, I feel like in order to get those deals, there's certain rules you have to abide by to an extent, at least when it comes to your business decisions and certain things, right? So maybe he wants to project, you know, this persona of like, I'm one of the bros, I'm one of the guys, you know, I believe in free speech and all of this. And certainly when he bought Twitter, that's what he said, but then it became, you know, oh yeah, free speech, but not freedom of reach. And now it's sort of changing again with the appointment of this new CEO. And again, you know, I don't really have any high hopes, and I didn't necessarily when Musk bought Twitter, just because I tend to be kind of skeptical, and I guess you could probably say cynical about these types of people. And you know, I personally, just from my own you know, experience with Epstein research, I have found Musk not to be very upfront about some of those connections there.
The recruitment process for this network was a masterclass in psychological manipulation. Take the story of Rena O, a young student and aspiring artist introduced to Epstein in the early 2000s. To her, he wasn't a predator. He was a billionaire philanthropist who wanted to open doors for her in the art world. He paid her tuition, provided her with a New York apartment, and made her feel like she was part of the elite. But as Rena soon found out, nothing with Epstein was free. This was a system of manufactured dependency. By providing these young women with everything they needed to succeed, Epstein ensured they could never leave. Rena's testimony is a window into how the ball philosophy worked in practice, taking talent and vulnerability and sacrificing it at the altar of power. She witnessed Epstein traveling to foreign countries to engage in illicit acts with children who didn't even have names in the files, referred to as only foreign nationals.
Rena O was a young student when she was introduced to Jeffrey Epstein back in 2000. She was an aspiring young artist. She was actually hoping that he might be able to open some professional doors for her in the art world.
He paid her university tuition fees and provided her with an apartment in New York, but Rena soon discovered nothing with Epstein comes for free.
She joins us now to tell us her story. Rena, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. As with all of the horrible stories of these women, girls, teenagers, children. It all starts off relatively innocently in the mind of the victim, who thinks, here's a benefactor, somebody, or Ghislaine, somebody's going to do something for me out of the goodness of their heart because they see that I have talent. And that is literally how you got hooked in, wasn't it?
That's exactly how he coerced me. He told me right away that he thought I had amazing talent and that he was a philanthropist and he wanted to help me. And he told me he wasn't expecting anything from me at all, which didn't turn out to be the case, truly.
And how soon was it after you met him that you realised that this was something much darker and much more complex?
It escalated from the first day. It took me a very long time to understand what was happening to me was wrong, and for me to put it in a timeline, I can't really give you an exact time, but by the time I went with him to Palm Beach, Florida, I saw the inner workings of what really went on in his home life, because I was staying with him for a week. And that's when I realized how dark it could be, except that a lot of these things that he told me about, he did this outside of the United States. So I actually didn't witness it, but Jeffrey Epstein told me what he was into, and it's beyond what I've seen or heard from other victims and interviews. These are unnamed girls that are foreign. They're in foreign countries. He disclosed that he traveled to foreign countries to commit illicit acts with children.
Then there is the bizarre recorded footage involving Steve Bannon and Epstein. This wasn't an interrogation. It felt more like an attempt to rebrand Epstein's image, but it backfired spectacularly. In the clip, Epstein is asked point blank if his money is dirty. His response? A cold mathematical deflection. He talked about ethics as a complicated subject and used his donations to polio eradication as a shield. But the most chilling moment came when Bannon asked if Epstein thought he was the devil himself. Epstein didn't flinch. He didn't say no. He simply said, "I have a good mirror," and asked why anyone would say that. He didn't speak like a man who was ashamed. He spoke like a man who understood the systems of power better than the people who were supposed to be running them. He saw himself as a necessary evil, a supplier.
All right, welcome to Savvy Savs Podcast. I'm your host, Sabrina Salvati. I am joined by the Coalition to Stop Deed Theft in New York City. This is the second time they are coming on the show. I want everyone to go ahead and introduce themselves. Let's start with Evangeline.
My name is Evangeline Byers. I am the organizer with the People's Coalition to Stop Deed Theft with the Stop Deed Theft campaign.
All right, and Carmela?
Can you hear me? Hi, my name is Carmela Charrington. I am one of the leaders here at the People Coalition to Stop Deed Theft. How are you?
All righty. Okay. Evangeline, I'm going to start with you first because last time we spoke, I know you were explaining to everybody like the history behind deed theft in New York City. You were talking about where Letitia James needs to step up because she is the AG. You also spoke about the fact that this is the first time you guys have an office for deed theft, against deed theft, now that Mamdani is mayor. But you did reach back out and you said there's some updates, some things that happened since I spoke to you last time. I believe there was also someone who got arrested. So I do want to go ahead and allow you to have the floor and talk about those updates that happened there.
Yes, so there's a lot of activity going on around deed theft. Right now, there is political upheaval. Deed theft has become one of the main political issues in New York City and state right now. And Rachel Cyprian at that time had attended her local community meeting where it's the police and it's like the clergy and the community and clergy council meeting that happens every month in her district. She was incarcerated and locked up for asking why did a woman named Jamie Williams, who is the assembly member, steal her mother-in-law's home. So for that reason,
Erica Kirk, telling young people not to cling to life? What the hell? Is she teeing up for some mass sacrifices here? Maybe I'm the weird one, but if I died and somebody stood on a stage reading from my journal, I'd probably haunt.
So after seeing this video, I'm going to say very confidently that I know exactly how Hayden Panettiere died. This is your culprit right here. And it should be obvious why, given the context of what we just went through. So, fair warning, this is one of those videos where I started off looking for answers while I was recording it. And in the process of filming this video, I got the answers. So, stick around, because you're going to find out exactly who did Hayden Panettiere in and who is going to go to prison for that. All right, so we're going to do this video, and we're going to talk about the Hayden Panettiere situation, because this is really a much weirder case than I realized, and there's a lot of moving parts, and we're going to look at them. And from my perspective, there are 2 or 3 key things that we're going to look at. A is her recent boyfriend, where they have had a very tumultuous relationship. What? Tumultuous? Whatever. Jesus. You should start over, but I'm not going to. This is a guy who she's filed restraining orders against. They've got tons of domestic violence situations, according to reports. And he did an interview where he literally admitted to a bunch of super crazy stuff that he had done. And so I'm going to show you guys that. Also, you have this other side of it where she was exposing the, this is the other narrative people are saying, that she was exposing the Hollywood, rings that are,
pizza.
They get stuck in traffic or whatever. And then she died as a result of that. And then you also have a very long documented history of substance abuse with her. And the reports I'm hearing, I believe, is that this was an overdose. So we're gonna look at all of it, but we're gonna start right here, because here is a video that documents her dating history. Okay, so since 2006, Stephen Coletti, I literally don't even know who that is. Then she's together with Milo Ventimiglia, don't know who that is. Jesse McCartney, sounds like Paul McCartney's son, I guess. I don't know for sure. Harry Morton, another one I don't know. So apparently she liked these yuppie dudes or whatever until there you go, I know that dude, Vladimir Klitschko. That is an incredible boxer and a great man. If you watch the documentary about the Klitschko brothers, one of the best sports documentaries ever. But then she ends up divorced from Vladimir and gives up custody of her child because she was so mentally unstable. Sean, whoever these people are. So then in 2022, she dates this guy, Brian Hickerson. And this is where you get into some really gnarly stuff. So 2022 until she died, this is who she was with. And I'm gonna let you guys watch a 2-minute interview with this guy just to get a taste of what kind of person we're dealing with here, okay? Watch this.
Have you read Hayden's book? So what did you think?
Hayden's book's incredible.
Despite some of the, kind of rehashing some of the things that...
And I assume it goes without saying that this is a person with a long documented history of drug abuse.
Happened between you guys? You still thought it was good?
No, I think it's great. I think everyone should read it. I mean, the domestic violence stuff that I think it's like 272, page 272, my chapter. Everybody should read it. Yeah.
How was it for you reading that?
I mean, it was, who wants to read something about themselves like that, right? But, you gotta be vulnerable. And, I did it. I did. Yeah, no.
Was there anything before that you asked Hayden to keep out of the book?
Yeah.
What did you not want her to talk about in the book?
So there's a story where I was drunk, right?
Unlike right now. Hey, unlike right now, because I'm definitely
Sober.
not drunk right now. I haven't had anything to drink, no drugs, and she asked, what did you not want her to write in the book so that people would never hear about this? Go ahead and answer that question. He's all, okay, no problem. I'll tell you this story that I didn't want her to tell in the book because I am totally sober.
Hayden was standing across the room, and I had a phone in my hand, and I said, Hayden, I said, I'll give you 10 seconds to run as fast as you can before I throw it at you.
Feel the burn in your legs? Good. Burning in your eyes? Not good. Zyger targets inflammation.
Or throw it at you.
Yeah, that would be very tough to read about yourself, but also would be a horrific situation to be in as well.
Of course.
Do you think this is an important
Hey, yeah, so this was obviously she must have been in a really good place when she started dating him, Like a movie star, TV star is like, oh, this is the guy. So let me show you some stuff here, okay? So first I want to show you about the potential drug abuse angle, because it's something very interesting about this. Because a lot of people have seen the interview where she is talking about this, right? Where she's talking about the yachting thing, where she gets trapped on the boat. I'll let you guys see this. And if you watch this interview, she is clearly on an enormous amount of opioids, enormous. And you can tell from her voice, because she's talking like this. Okay, that's if someone is involuntarily talking like that, high probability. That's what you're looking at. So there's this interview. The thing is, I thought this was her last interview. I thought this was super recent. But she did a different interview that was actually her most recent, and it's very different than this one. And it's important that we look at both of them. Okay, so check this interview out. Oh, and by the way, she's going to be telling a horrifying story about her getting tricked into a position where she was supposed to, I guess, sleep with some guy when she was barely 18 years old, and it's horrifying.
Which has an older man in it, and then basically told to perform sexual acts and,
Oh yeah, perspective completely shifted, and I realized that I was in danger. But by the time I realized I was in danger, I was quite literally out to sea, and it was that moment shook me and was shocking, and I was quite literally walked down, and I had been having a great time. There was no hints of anything like that happening, so it took me, I was shocked. It took me by surprise, and it was led by somebody that I had grown to trust and see as a protector and somebody who had my back, and to be walked down, down this.
Yeah, no, she did not have your back at all. That is the opposite of what she was doing.
Stairs, and it was as like a surprise, presented as though it was like a surprise, and it was this very small room, and she physically put me in the bed next to this undressed man who was very famous, and had his hands like this, like this was just an average day for him, and this is something that happens all the time. And I waited for her to leave, and I mean that lion in me, that fire in me, that my hair stood on end, and I became ferocious. I was like, this is not happening. But I had nowhere to hide, and I bolted, and I hid
wherever I could think of to hide on a boat. There was no jumping off and swimming away, and there was nobody who was going to. I realized that there was nobody who was going to be empathetic to my situation. That this was nothing new to them.
There's all of them. Yeah. So that story is crazy to me, just because you don't even think. I don't know. It's like if you're a person like me who, you know, is capable of kind of like defending myself, like I've never been in a situation where I felt totally helpless physically before, you know, where I was in danger and I was like, man, I don't stand a chance. And I think about that for her, like a little girl on a boat, and it's just like, and she's trying to hide on a boat. The only person she knows there just fed her to some guy. It's terrible. Anyway, but you can hear in her voice that she sounds very, right? Sounds very, very croaky. But the thing is, again, there is another interview which happened to actually be her last one. And the reason this is important is because if they're saying that she overdosed, it'd be a lot more believable and understandable if that interview where she's croaking was the most recent one. But this is supposedly the most recent one. So listen to her here. She sounds sober and normal.
The father of your child, who didn't realize how famous you were at first.
No, he had no idea.
So then the two of you get together and you have a baby.
Yes.
At a time for many people, it's just a joyous occasion. But for you, what happened?
For me, I had a wonderful pregnancy. I worked throughout my whole pregnancy. And I had a really rough birth. To the point where I almost didn't make it through. And then the postpartum depression started. And there I am with this beautiful, healthy, beautiful baby girl and this very fortunate life. And I could not for the life of me be happy. I was so depressed and I just couldn't find my way out.
So this last point seems pretty important. Right? Watch this real quick.
Based on what I read, I would imagine you're still going through stuff, still processing.
Always.
How are you today?
Always. Still working on myself all the time. I had a great therapist, and I'm better, healthier than I've been in a long time.
Now, I am not going to pretend that I believe that last statement was super solid. I'm better than I've been in a long time. Her body language, the way she delivered that line was not good. Like, she's not good. I don't understand why. Well, I mean, I don't know. She is a very, very troubled girl. Like, she was a very, very troubled person. And it's very obvious. And it's very weird because of how she looks. You know, like, she looks like, I don't know. She looks like she should be carefree, and she's not. But here's the thing. Okay? So you got the boyfriend, you got the drugs, and you have the fact that she's outing all of these, you know, potential, you know, crap things, right? So this guy has some thoughts like this, right? Listen to this, because he might be onto something here.
Hayden Panettiere passed away, and I see zero people talking about how she just attempted to expose the yachting industry 3 months ago. Reports are claiming that she passed away from her overdose, but also that she wasn't alone at the time of said overdose. I honestly just think it's really weird how every time somebody attempts to expose the corrupt industry, they end up passing away. But it's always of an overdose. At what point are y'all going to stop calling people conspiracy theorists and just pay attention to the patterns? Hayden claims when she was 17 or 18, one of her close friends tricked her into being trafficked on a yacht.
She said 18.
When women or men are trafficked on yacht, it's typically called yachting. Sometimes yachting could be non-consensual like it was in Hayden's scenario, but also allegedly consensual like Lindsay Lohan. If you guys want a deeper dive into what yachting is or how it affects the industry, comment and let me know and I'll make a video about it. Hayden claims after she was tricked into getting on the yacht, she was brought down to a room with the naked famous man. The man allegedly being James Blunt, the singer. She said she was directed to have intercourse with him. She took off running in the boat, but there was nowhere to hide. I just think it's so sad that every time somebody finally gets the courage to ask for help or tell their story, they get knocked off the mat. I think it's also sad that we enjoy the industry so much. We like to listen to music, we watch movies, but we never know what goes on behind the scenes. So much people have lost their lives, so much people have been hurt behind this shit, and it's crazy that we don't even know the half of it. I don't know though, cousins. Comment and let me know what you think. If you'd like to show some love and support, or if you'd like to stay updated on this
I mean, we do know what's going on behind the scenes. That's just We do. We know. We know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. And listen, dude, what's so crazy is when someone is talking about this and then they die, of course, people are going to be like, oh, all right. And from my perspective, they do it too much. But some of the time, it's legit. I mean, there's no question that people get whacked out if they are, you know, I don't know, if they've experienced something, they're trying to out this type of group. Or I'm telling you, you guys should get on Dauntless Dialogue and go watch all the documentaries about it, because I've seen them all and it's terrifying, you know. But check out this. You got some more stuff here. So, oops, this is the wrong. This one. What's going on? Why is this so big? Why did this get so big, you guys? It shouldn't be this big. Okay, there. So, let me get this straight. Hayden Panettiere dies at 36 on 16/8/2026. James Blunt releases a new song called Tastes Like Summer the day before Hayden dies. A song about human cannibalism.
What?
And both of them were on a boat together. What is going on in Hollywood? So, this is a stretch, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not accurate, but what I am saying is that there is no hard evidence, you know, because honestly, the story that she was telling, pretty vanilla compared to some of the other stuff that people have tried to come out with when they've gotten actually clipped, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some of those stories are so crazy. People were like, yeah, I uncovered this, this ring and yada yada, and then like
When Keisha Lance Bottoms got elected, Bottoms campaign manager landed a $250,000 airport job without ever actually working at the airport. Another Bottoms ally got a six-figure no-show job. Sky-high corruption, pleasing taxpayers at the bottom.
What did y'all think was going to happen to that child? Jaguar Wright on Sean Rock. Now look, a few days ago, I did a video on the whole Sean Rock situation, with her child. I mean, you have so many clips, so many videos of her drinking and smoking while she's pregnant, and it's really sad, man, because I think about all the people who are trying, and the baby or the child is 3 years old now, and still don't talk, still don't walk, but she's like nothing's wrong. So a lot of people be having inside information. I'm trying to see what Jaguar has to say about this. We're on the Real Life Productions channel. The original video will be in the description. And again, some people are saying that they don't think that it's Blueface's baby. But hey, we're gonna see. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right to it.
Jack, real quick before you're going to come back to Jay-Z situation, but we got to, speaking of babies, it was stated that, Krishan Rock's child, I don't want to go too far into the child itself, but the child is still, oh man.
We're talking about something else.
No, I'm thinking of Krishan Rock in Blueface, and,
what about him?
The child is still nonverbal, still not walking. Krishan and Blueface are now kind of intertangling with each other, getting back together. And it's confusing the youth, man, as far as what toxic relationships look like.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I've ever seen so much promoted, or so many promoted toxic relationships, and everybody think this is what love is supposed to be. You know, everybody's gonna have their ups and downs, but these toxic relationships that you are seeing on the internet are not healthy, and they never end well. Ever. Especially when you're dealing with like domestic stuff.
Well, yeah, I gotta get your take on it
If I sat there on that god awful act from hell that Libby got, that Zeus foolishness,
The Zeus thing was with Ray J.
that's the third realm of hell. Y'all didn't know?
We're in the third one now.
They saw her while she was pregnant, stomach sick out. Drinking liquor straight from the bottle, smoking weed.
Yep.
What did y'all think was gonna happen to that child? And God help me, but I literally heard a content creator say the other day, if she was gonna do all of that while she was pregnant, she should have waited until she was at least 6 or 7 months and the baby had developed. I
Wow.
actually heard a content creator say that.
See?
Drinking hard liquor and doing any kind of psychedelic or hallucination-based anything while you're pregnant at any stage is dangerous. But the later you wait, the more dangerous it becomes. Can it create deformities in the early months, in the early trimester? Absolutely, but it can actually take the child's life, because once the baby develops lungs and develops the brain, even though the organs are small and still growing, they actually start ingesting that shit directly.
Yes.
If she had waited, she most likely would have deleted Junior.
And remember, she said that if she said in that clip, if I want to, I can just get rid of him. I was just like, yo, we'll get rid of him. So, because I'm trying to think the day at the time, but it's really sad, man.
Terrible as that sounds, she had him, and look what that little boy suffers with.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what Zeus, no, for real, that's what Zeus did. That's what Zeus did. That's what they encouraged. They should shut that girl down. They're accomplices in destroying that little boy.
Again, if you guys don't know who Zeus is, it's like, you'll start to see it everywhere, but it's like Zeus produced that show Baddies, I believe. They work with Ray J, and yeah, like a lot of the production stuff behind the scenes is from Zeus. So when she's saying that they encourage that, it's like, why would you even have them on your platform, you know, pregnant and drinking and smoking?
And I pray to God that if she does go to prison for the conspiracy to remove Ronnie Doe from this planet, I pray to God that whoever takes that child over sues Zeus Network for millions for what they allowed on film to happen to that baby and profited from heavily. And shame on all you subscribers. Because the truth is, the second y'all seen that shit going down, you all should have got the fuck on the phone. You should have discontinued your Zeus accounts, and y'all should have called Child Protective Services until she was arrested before that child was born.
racing through the heartbeat.
There will always be an affordable Chevy to keep you moving. SUVs that go the extra mile, EVs that open up the map, and trucks with a compromising capability.
That's today's Chevrolet.
It's terrible. But you know, she's talking to the police now without a lawyer present, so she might end up just taking care of herself.
Yeah, you know, Trap Lord Ross was, you know, commenting on her situation where she had allegedly.
That little pudgy son of a bitch. Did you know that?
He looks slim.
That little bitch. Huh?
He looks slim.
Just from the neck.
How does an institution that owns a
How did he do it if there was no gun on the roof? You were confident there was no gun on the roof. How did he do it? How did he do it? How did he do it if there was no gun in his pants? How did he get how did a gun get on if there was no gun in his pants? How did he get off the roof with a gun if there was no gun in his hands when he jumped off the roof? You see what I'm saying? Nothing has changed. Stephen Gardner, very early on in this investigation, his shows were getting monster numbers. I mean, upwards of 1 million views, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, very large numbers of views for a YouTube channel for a guy who, I mean, he has an okay following, but he's not like, you know, some giant in the space. Stephen Gardner, very early on, had questions. Here is a tweet from Stephen Gardner on September 28th, for example, just raising this issue. I did not even think about this issue until he raised it. Do you think it's odd that from start to finish, Tyler Robinson was on campus 33 minutes, and the FBI caught him in 33 hours? 33 minutes till dead, 33 hours until caught. This is too weird. Now that you mention it, I agree, it's kind of weird. I never thought about it that way. So, who is Stephen Gardner? How long has he been involved in this case? Well, let me show you. Here is Stephen Gardner talking about this back in late October. Late October. This is not like the day after. I mean, we're talking about late October. Here is Stephen Gardner on his channel, The Stephen Gardner Show, talking about how long he's been involved in this investigation.
I mean, obviously, I was horrified. I was one of the first YouTubers to go live within minutes of it happening. I had a niece that was down there. She texted into the family, "Charlie Kirk's been shot in the neck," and I was like, I'm on his X account right now. He's handing out hats. And then all of a sudden, boom, the news started to hit. So I immediately went live. I was trying to text
like the day after. I mean, we're talking about late October. Here is Stephen Gardner on his channel, The Stephen Gardner Show, talking about how long he's been involved in this investigation.
I mean, obviously, I was horrified. I was one of the first YouTubers to go live within minutes of it happening. I had a niece that was down there. She texted into the family, "Charlie Kirk's been shot in the neck," and I was like, I'm on his X account right now. He's handing out hats. And then all of a sudden, boom, the news started to hit. So I immediately went live. I was trying not to cry and throw up. Obviously, it was a very violent murder. But then I started just gathering information, as I do as a journalist, trying to help myself, my audience, family members to understand what was going on. And then as information started to drip out, I started just keeping a list of what's being portrayed in the media, what do we know for real. And then over the course of a couple of weeks, I've just started to build this mental map of what I think happened, the questions that I have, the questions that I don't know that will ever get answered. And then about 2 weeks after, I said to myself, hey, what if I'm just missing a lot of this? I'm going to actually drive to the crime scene and I'm going to put myself into Tyler Robinson's shoes and I'm going to walk the entire crime scene. And after doing that, I've had a lot of holes punched in my own theory about the crime, about the location, about whether it's Tyler Robinson, whether it was a 30-06 bolt action rifle. A lot of questions have come up.
So Stephen Gardner initially covers it within minutes. He's one of the very first people to start covering this. I used to watch his stuff in the immediate, I don't want to say hours, but days after it happened. I watched a lot of his videos. It helped me learn quite a bit about the case. He was very skeptical. He was not as skeptical as some people. He, I think in the initial thought, was pretty solid on it was Tyler Robinson, and then he goes to the crime scene and he's like, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't really make sense. Like, I can't make heads or tails of this. It's interesting that while he was out there, our friend Gary was out there. Little bitty Gary was out there with Stephen Gardner at the exact same time. In fact, they reference each other. Maybe Stephen referenced Gary or Gary referenced Stephen, one or the other, that they were there at the same time looking at the crime scene. And so we fast forward a little bit. And we get a little more Stephen Gardner talking about his early investigation. This is from the same podcast, late October 2025.
Yesterday on my story was I've been able to connect with several people high up in the Turning Point USA organization and ask them questions. Some of them they allowed me to ask on camera. Some of them they said, you can ask and we'll give you the answer we know, but we don't want to be on camera. And then there was stuff shared with me that's off the record that as a journalist, I'm not going to share. But the thing that was shocking to me was they said that the person who, the surgeon, the doctor that was there with them, my guess is from the autopsy report that we now know for a fact happened, is that this bullet comes in just under the jawline, and we've all seen the hole in the video, but apparently it crashes in at an angle on the C2 vertebrae.
Take a look at that diagram and tell me how you come in from a higher angle and hit the C2 vertebrae without hitting his teeth or his nose. Keep in mind it's going to come at an angle, like a 10% angle, maybe a 9 degree angle. I mean, look at that. How do you hit, this is the C1's up here, it's the one that's kind of supporting the skull, and then the next one down is the C2. How do you hit that without hitting the face? So that's the story he said that they were told by TPUSA. Stephen Gardner says, TPUSA tells me about this story, and they say it crashed into the C2 vertebrae and then came down, It's interesting. I wish they were still taking questions from journalists. I have a lot to ask. I would be happy to sit down and have this discussion. Well, did he buy the story? Well, let's find out. We just saw that weird diagram where he had to have been shot at an angle because the low center was above him and somehow it hit the vertebrae behind his face without hitting his face. So does he buy the story? This is, again, late October.
Right? So then I started watching the footage from his left. I started watching it from the right. There's no blood missed. There's no blood splatter. Candace Owens was able to see one of the 3 Turning Point USA 4K videos. She said there's no wound on the back of his head. There's no wound on the back of his neck, right? And so that leads me to believe that this story of the bullet being in there is true. It crashes through all these bones, but I don't know what that bullet is. And yeah. I don't, just from everything that I've heard and seen, common sense tells me it's not a 30-06. Because that,
I want to pause it right there, because one of the common misunderstandings of the role of juries is that they somehow are not allowed to use their own common sense. And he just said, common sense tells you it's not a 30-06. Common sense tells you it's not a 30-06. And then he goes on to explain why, and I'll play a little bit of that, just another 30 seconds or so of that in just a second. But a juror is allowed to sit there and watch this whole trial and say, nope, I've shot stuff with a 30-06. That's nonsense. That's absolutely nonsense. The prosecution, I promise you, is going to try to get anybody who's ever even looked at a firearm off the jury. If somebody comes in there like, oh yeah, I'm a big game hunter. Okay, I promise you, watch jury selection. They will do their best. to keep hunters off the jury. I can guarantee you, gunsmiths, snipers, former military people, all of them will be excluded if they get their way. Why? Because of what he's talking about right here. Because of what he's talking about.
Would have blown through, and we would have seen blood splatter everywhere. You would have seen a hole through the Turning Point USA banner.
Right.
People behind there would have had a bullet whizzing through the tunnel where they carried his body out. None of that happened. So I do believe the bullet is in him, but it does not make sense to be a 30-06.
Right. Now keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, everything he just said is still true. To this day, everything he just said is still true. He still has his same common sense unless he's lost it somewhere. I don't think he has. Stephen, have you lost your common sense? No, he assures me he has not lost his common sense. He still has it intact.
What's up?
You're not going through any signs of early onset dementia? No, in fact, he's not. He has all his wits about him. Okay, well, then what's the problem? What's the problem? So we would have seen an exit wound. So let's watch a piece of this, because he doesn't just say it once. He actually comes back and visits again. Let me give you the exact date of this. Just so October 2. I said late October, I meant early October. I apologize. But let's go back to this video and let's listen to him continue to have questions about the round that was used.
There, in my assessment, based on my experience with high velocity rifles or medium velocity, there is zero chance that bullet could have even been a miracle, could have stayed in there. So in my view, it is definitely not a 30-06, but what it was is anybody's guess right now.
If everybody was so sure of this at the time, that's a military guy on his left, that's Stephen Gardner on the right, or on Stephen Gardner's right, but our left. You could tell he's military because he's got some old military gear in the background. And he looks like an old military guy. Like if I show up at a diner and that guy's there, I'm asking him where he served. Like, where did you serve, sir? Vietnam? Grenada? Where were you? Were you running around the jungles of South America with the cocaine trafficking back in the day? And I digress. But nothing has changed. Everybody was confident at the time. Even Gary, we'll show you in a minute. Everybody was confident at the time. This is not a 30-06. This is ludicrous. The story doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Sure, could there have been a bullet in him? Fine. I'm willing to accept that. What I'm not willing to accept is 30-06. It would have, Stephen Gardner said, missed. Would have blown out the back of his neck. It would have gone through the tent. It would have whizzed by the people in the breezeway behind him. This guy said, I don't know what it was. I'm willing to accept it's a bullet. I'm unwilling to accept it's a 30-06.
Okay, so here's another thought, Danny, that has just been perplexing my mind. And again, I go back and forth. I don't claim to 100% understand this crime, but we don't know that the gun hidden in the area by someone's chicken coop, we don't know that gun was ever on the roof.
Good point, Stephen. You're making my case. I'm sure Stephen is still on our side, ladies and gentlemen, because nothing about the gun that was found by the chicken coop has changed since October 2nd. So surely Stephen hasn't changed.
So,
that's exactly where I wanted to go next, because the reason why everybody's saying it's a 30-06 is because that's...
Yo.
Yo, what up?
I'm close. I ain't there yet. So probably another 10 minutes or something.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to meet him right now?
Yeah, I haven't called him yet this afternoon since we talked to him this morning, right? But as soon as I get there, we'll call him together. That's what I figured. So I'm about 10 minutes away. I hit some traffic because they were shooting a movie. I went down, I was taking a shortcut, and then there was a movie being shot. So it wasn't short because so much traffic. Thousands of people in that movie. I don't know what kind of scene it is or what, but thousands of people in that scene, in that movie. All right, love you. I'll be there shortly. 10 minutes probably. Okay?
All right, love you. God bless you.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, we don't need to be taking no, you know what?
Yeah.
All right, because we don't know where we're going or nothing, so.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay. See you in a minute. All right?
All right.
Love you. God bless you. Peace.
Love you. God bless you.
FBI authorities that it was. So, and Gary, go to that other one first. This was from NBC News when they were telling us, and they expressly said a 30-06. The gun recovered was a 30-06 caliber rifle, which indicates that at some point the barrel was replaced with a more modern one, blah, blah, blah. That's what was included. And then they had this photograph here. They said this was the actual weapon. Now, here's one of the first things that, at least from what we can see in this photograph provided by the FBI or the Utah police, whoever it was, is that this does not look like one of those that you can disassemble rather easily, just collect and unclick it or whatever. And the impression or the implication being that this is how they found it. Now, if this weapon was intact when the person who's claimed to be the shooter jumped off the roof there, and Gary's been showing that video there, then you're going to have to see this thing sticking out somewhere. And as you watch him all the way across, there's not. Now, a lot of people said, oh, well, it was disassembled and put in his backpack, which we do see. But then that would imply then that he went to the drop point, according to the text, reassembled it, put it there to be found, and then that's why we have this picture here. So this just it ain't lining up.
Yeah. Okay. So, but here's the thing: we know they found a gun. We know it was in that wooded area. We know that had a 30-06 casing in it, but we don't know that that was on the roof. We don't know that that was shot on September 10th at Charlie Kirk. All we know is that there is a casing in a gun that we don't know if that gun was on the roof.
Guys, we still don't know if that gun was on the roof. Everything Stephen Gardner's saying here, I agree with him. I was watching him at the time. This is the type of content I was getting from Stephen Gardner in late September into October. I was getting Stephen Gardner saying, I don't know, this doesn't seem to add up. This doesn't make sense. And I was like, yeah, keep going. And Stephen Gardner was getting massive numbers. I mean, huge numbers on his show. Like I said, many times what he's getting now. Many times.
It could have certainly been Tyler Robinson with a less powerful rifle. It could be somebody else completely, and he is a patsy in some way. Maybe they said, hey, we saw you looking at nasty stuff on the internet. They blackmail him. All we need you to do is drop a gun off in the woods and you're done, right?
And I agree with that assessment. That would be a way to get him involved and make him a good patsy. Hey, we caught you looking at bad images. Well, I don't want to go to jail for bad images. Fine, just drop this gun off in these woods and we will let bygones be bygones relative to the bad images, and we'll see what happens after that. Oh, okay, sure, happy to. Where do you want me to put it, officer? By the chicken coop. Okay, chicken coop. Anything I should do to it in particular? Rub it on your butt. I mean, you know.
So I don't know who was on that roof, and I don't know the rifle, but I'm telling you, based on the bullet and the injury, a 30-06 doesn't make sense. So we have to be careful not to say, well, someone was shot and we found a gun, because we don't know that it was that gun.
No, agreed, sir. I can't wait to see how consistent you remain, because nothing has changed about what you just said. This is the point I'm making tonight. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed.
Except for
It's the
money.
same thing with Norma McCorvey in the open. Abortion is abortion. It's the exact same procedure. Has the exact same consequences for everyone involved. She was for it, then she was against it. Then she was for it. No, she was, for it, then against it. And then at the end of her life, she was for it again. What changed? Not the facts about abortion. Something else changed. She was bought off. She was paid money. So when someone changes drastically, it's reasonable to ask what changed.
And then there you see him, you running across the grass right there, and you just don't, there's just no rifle that's sticking out there. I mean, you can see, especially when you stop this and go in short, and you can see there's some people coming up, there's some people on the edge of the side of the sidewalk there. If the guy had a gun, there's been people would have seen it, and you could see it here on the video too. Even though it's a very low frame rate image there, you would definitely have been able to see if there was a rifle there. There's no rifle there. It's pretty clear, as you can see it going all the way through. But then that leads to the question is, then why were we told that it was 30-06? Why were we told that it had all these engravings on it, which I have not yet seen? I've so far only heard that that's what was written on them. We haven't seen any of those, and maybe you have, but I haven't. So now we're getting into the problems here, because if the government is telling us it was that rifle, it was 30-06, and that they have the casings, but then there's virtually no chance on this planet with the laws of physics that wound could have been caused by that round, then what is going on?
Yeah, I just think, here's what we know. There was a shot that went into Charlie Kirk's neck. We don't know what it is, but then they find this gun that is a 30-06 bolt action. 30-06 bolt action.
Oh, I'm gonna pull that down because I'm gonna have to blur that as well. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So you're gonna be shocked in a minute when you see that Tyler Robinson is somehow considered overwhelmingly guilty, according to Stephen Garner later. So let me just one more clip from this. If I may, let me get it ready. Here you go. One more clip from the formerly great Stephen Garner.
See a towel being floppy. So again, they're going to have to put this whole thing together. The trial is going to show us a lot. See, watch this when he comes down over. You can kind of see him lay something down, but then when he jumps, that
you see
towel,
for a moment, right?
Yeah, that towel looks pretty flimsy.
So let me ask you something. Yeah. So let me ask you something though. The original video that they showed of him, that they released, saying that he was walking towards the crime scene, it showed him limping, implying that, well, he had the thing in his pants pocket. That's why you want anybody to see it. Like it wasn't something he had to put together, but he already had. But then, as you see here, he's definitely not limping on the way out, and yet I still don't see a weapon. How do you corroborate those two things?
I can't because. Gary, if you go back to the photos where he's coming up the stairwell, you can see he's bending his left leg, but then if there's another photo of him, he's bending his right leg. So from him limping on 800th Street to entering the tunnel and coming up the stairs, he's not limping anymore. It does not appear there's anything in his pants.
I agree with you, Stephen. What changed? I still hold the same position. I haven't changed. You know that old thing that they say about politicians when they go, I didn't leave the Democrat Party, the Democrat Party left me. Or, I didn't leave the Republican Party, the Republican Party left me. That is a very common refrain in politics when people want to switch parties for political convenience. But the reality is, I haven't changed on this. You guys have. You guys left me. I'm still in the exact same spot Stephen Gardner was on. I'm still looking at the same video saying, that looks pretty floppy to me. There's no rifle in there. I'm not going to play their whole video because if you want to watch it, it's October 2nd. You go back and watch it. But if you go back and watch it, they do a deep analysis, a line-by-line analysis of... They do a line-by-line analysis, like a frame-by-frame analysis of the guy jumping off the roof and the towel flopping, and they're like, look, there's no gun there. Now, you can tell me there's a gun. I'm confident there's no gun. There's a towel. There's a bag, maybe. There's potentially a jacket or something. What? I don't know. I mean, you can go through and watch them, try to analyze. Then, just 3 weeks later, we start to see the Fed slop flip-flop, just like we saw with Benny Johnson. What Candace has wrong on the Charlie Kirk crime scene? Join Mario Nawfal and me while we discuss fact from conspiracy, and what I found was chilling. The camera did catch Tyler Robinson. His handprint, his towel, the gun, it's all there. Huh? I just watched you for a half hour analyze footage and say there's no gun. What happened? What happened? The FBI has the full picture, phone data, campus tracking, footage, etc. Watch here. You can't tell me that now you see a gun you didn't previously see. It's the same footage. You watched it over and over and over. You guys broke it down frame by frame by frame as he fell down the roof onto the ground and the towel flopped and bent. You told me as you were watching him walk up the stairs, his right leg was bending, his left leg was bending here. I see no gun. There's no gun in his pants. They even talked about there, you can see the clear outline of his phone. If there was anything in his pants, you would have easily been able to pick it up, but you didn't see it. Again, I don't want to show the whole video, but the point is, nothing changed. Stephen Gardner changed. Stephen Gardner changed. Well, did his friends change?
He
When
got
we saw he was
paid.
talking to Mario Nawfal, who else was he doing business with in this later period? Now we go back to November 8th, so just a few weeks later. Charlie Kirk evidence hearing forces defense to pivot. Join me, Libby Emmons, and Jack Posobiec on Human Events, hosted by Jack Posobiec, following the Tyler Robinson Charlie Kirk trial. Well, we know Human Events, I believe, is on the platform with the Charlie Kirk show. We know Jack Posobiec is part of TPUSA. I think it says it right here on his, at TPUSA. So all of a sudden he's hanging out with different people. All of a sudden he's getting different access. What about December? In December, we catch Stephen Gardner at AmFest. You guys know AmFest, right? Charlie Kirk's Super Bowl every year. Well, we have Stephen Gardner at AmFest. Who's he with?
All right, I'm here with Jack Posobiec at AmFest. I have a question for you.
All right, I can answer.
Tucker Carlson, the news, they were putting out that we were definitely going to war with Venezuela. Everyone tunes in for President Trump's speech. What does he do? He lists all the things he's done for America. Was this on purpose?
This was an information operation. And I said this that evening. I was doing some live coverage on my network. Very clearly, all the hallmarks of a classic deception operation, information operation to go out, not, by the way, to make it think that we're going to be at war. But
At the next light, turn right.
Chose Maduro, but also on all the network news editors to make them say, you know what? Yeah, I should take that Trump speech. That was executed flawlessly.
Yucking it up. You heard the yuck that yuck. He was literally yucking it up with Jack Posobiec. Wow, Stephen. You're cheap. You're cheap. It's going to cost more than a Jack Posobiec sighting to change my mind.
At the light, turn right onto Church Street.
Kind of went quiet on the issue for a while.
Go past this light. Then, at the next one, turn right onto East Ponce de Leon Avenue.
He did the full fed slop flip-flop. For my safety, I will say Tyler Robinson allegedly did it. I think for his safety, what he's saying is, I don't want to get sued and say Tyler Robinson did it. But that's like his wink, wink, nod, nod. I'm confident Tyler Robinson did it. The evidence is overwhelming. He did it. Video of him doing it, getting into position, moving through all campus, all his parents are supporting him, but aren't speaking out because they helped turn himself in. How did he do it if there was no gun on the roof? You were confident there was no gun on the roof. How did he do it? How did he do it? How did he do it if there was no gun in his pants? How did a gun get up there if there was no gun in his pants? How did he get off the roof with a gun if there was no gun in his hands when he jumped off the roof? You see what I'm saying? Nothing has changed. All of the evidence exists in the exact state it did.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, you in Griffin?
Yeah, I'm Griffin.
Okay. When y'all gonna be heading?
We're about to head that way. We'll probably be there about 5.
Okay, cool.
At 30.
Okay. Well, I will call you in about 30 minutes then. We'll figure out where we're gonna be.
Okay.
Y'all are going, I forget, where did y'all say you're
We're gonna
going
be
to?
at
The light, turn right onto East Ponce de Leon Avenue. Then at the next light, you turn left.
What's that?
Walk away. We're going to the Mercedes-Benz.
Okay, that's right. Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
At the light, turn left onto Valley Brook Road.
At the parking lot road.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
See you in just a little while.
All right.
All right, God bless you. We'll meet you close to there. Peace. Bye.
Okay.
what are we doing?
How did he do it if there was no gun on the roof? You were confident there was no gun on the roof. How
Okay.
How did he do it? How did he do it if there was no gun in his pants? How did he get a how did a gun get up there if there was no gun in his pants? How did he get off the roof with a gun if there was no gun in his hands when he jumped off the roof? Do you see what I'm saying? Nothing has changed. Stephen Gardner, very early on in this investigation, his shows were getting monster numbers. I mean, upwards of 1 million views, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views, very large numbers of views for a YouTube channel for a guy who, I mean, he has an okay following, but he's not like, some giant in this space. Stephen Gardner, very early on, had questions.
Their thought, Danny, that has just been perplexing my mind. And again, I go back and forth. I don't claim to 100% understand this crime, but we don't know that the gun hidden in the wooded area by someone's chicken coop, we don't know that gun was ever on the roof.
Yeah, good point, Stephen. You're making my case. I'm sure Stephen is still on our side, ladies and gentlemen, because nothing about the gun that was found by the chicken coop has changed since October 2nd. So surely Stephen hasn't changed.
So,
well, that's exactly where I wanted to go next, because the reason why everybody's saying it's a 30-06 is because that's what we were told by authorities that it was. So, and Gary, go to that other one first. This was from NBC News when they were telling us, and they expressly said a 30-06. The gun recovered was a 30-06 caliber rifle, which indicates that at some point the barrel was replaced with a more modern one, blah, blah, blah. That's what was included. And then they had this photograph here. They said this was the actual weapon. Now, here's one of the first things that, at least from what we can see in this provided by the FBI or the Utah police, whoever it was, is that this does not look like one of those that you can disassemble rather easily. Just collect and unclick it or whatever. And the impression or the implication being that this is how they found it. Now, if this weapon was intact when the person who's claimed to be the shooter jumped off the roof there, and Gary's been showing that video there, then you're going to have to see this thing sticking out somewhere. And as you watch him all the way across, there's not. Now, a lot of people said, oh, well, it was disassembled and put in his backpack, which we do see. But then that would imply then that he went to the drop-off point, according to the text, reassembled it, put it there to be found, and then that's why we have this picture here. So this just it ain't lying.
Yeah. Okay. So, but here's the thing: we know they found a gun. We know it was in that wooded area. We know that had a 30-06 casing in it, but we don't know that was on the roof. We don't know that was shot on September 10th at Charlie Kirk. All we know is that there is a casing in a gun that we don't know if that gun was on the roof.
Guys, we still don't know if that gun was on the roof. Everything Stephen Gardner's saying here, I agree with. I was watching him at the time. This is the type of content I was getting from Stephen Gardner in late September into October. I was getting Stephen Gardner saying, I don't know, this doesn't seem to add up. This doesn't make sense. And I was like, yeah, keep going. And Stephen Gardner was getting massive numbers. I mean, huge numbers on his show. Like I said, many times what he's getting now. Many times.
It could have certainly been Tyler Robinson with a less powerful rifle. It could be somebody else completely, and he is a patsy in some way. Maybe they said, hey, we saw you looking at nasty stuff on the internet. They blackmail him. All we need you to do is drop a gun off in the woods and you're done, right?
And I agree with that assessment. That would be a way to get him involved and make him a good patsy. Hey, we caught you looking at bad images. Well, I don't want to go to jail for bad images. Fine, just drop this gun off in these woods and we will let bygones be bygones relative to the bad images, and we'll see what happens after that. Oh, okay, sure, happy to. Where do you want me to put it? By the chicken coop. Okay, chicken coop. Anything I should do to it in particular? Rub it on your butt. I mean, you know.
So I don't know who was on that roof, and I don't know the rifle, but I'm telling you, based on the bullet and the injury, a 30-06 doesn't make sense. So we have to be careful not to say, Well, someone was shot, and we found a gun because we don't know that it was that gun.
Yeah, agreed, sir. I can't wait to see how consistent you remain.
Chairman, is it Adriana or Adriana? Adriana.
Yes, you can do. God bless him, Jesus.
Now that's one happy camper. Looks like somebody's parents got Domino's new s'mores lava cakes for just $6.99 on their mix and match deal.
YouTube and Google suppressed independent news channels starting around May of 2026 because the information environment became too unpredictable and too hard to manage during a live expanding conflict involving the U.S., Iran, and European targets. Now, I've told you that Michael Peretti taught us that the only thing the oligarchy, and that's what this is, cares about is what you think. If you think that your neighbor is being screwed just like you are, you're going to join with your neighbor to oppose and overthrow the oligarchy. So now I'm going to show you with real evidence that, you know, we've been suppressed by YouTube since 2017. That's when they had the thing called the adpocalypse, and we were considered borderline content. So what that means is that YouTube unsubscribed people who are subscribed from us. So if you think you're subscribed, check, because you probably aren't. They unsubscribe.
What up?
What do you do?
At the next light, turn left.
Yeah.
Working the show. Yeah, I was thinking about those cameras, man. They're everywhere. Got one sitting in my truck with me.
Wait, you knocked one down or you put one up?
No, I'm just putting one up. I find a place to put it. What to say though, the crazy part of that is going to be at the beginning. I think certain people are going to get caught up in like a catch-22 type thing where so they can get it dialed in. People are going to get in trouble for stuff that's minor.
They caught me picking my nose. It's illegal in Stone Mountain.
I'll tell you what it's going to do is it's going to cause cops not to be on the road. They're going to be in a building.
Right. And they'll deploy the
They're
drones.
going to be in a building doing probably monitoring cameras or whatever.
Right. Yeah. RoboCop.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. What about it?
Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh. I don't remember. Oh, October 31st. So, that's going to be an interesting.
31st what?
They got all these people that hate them cameras got a plan to do stuff to them.
That's pretty good.
Antifa or something, I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for them because they're going to, I guess they're going to end up getting in some trouble, buddy.
They might. I don't have no clue. They're like, we'll be masked. Everybody will be masked. We can put on masks. That's what they're saying. But
they don't understand. Those things know you. They know you're gay.
They know you're gay? Dang. They don't
They
know.
know you're gay. They know your posture.
Oh, yeah.
They know your posture.
Yeah. Well, yo, I gotta go. I'll call you back, okay? I gotta do something.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love you.
Love you, bro. God
bless you. Peace. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Then I'll be ready. Alright. I gotta run to the restroom real quick. Huh? Okay. Where's my key at? That's not. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I can't turn off the car. There it is. Hallelujah.
And they also suppress the amount of people that it will show our videos to. So a normal channel, like a entertainment channel or a travel channel, if it gets good engagement, like a good click-through rate, when people are shown it, do they click, and how long do they watch? And that's how YouTube decides to show it to more people or not. So even though we're getting good click-through rates and good likes to views ratios, and we're getting a long duration to watch, they're still suppressing our content, and they're doing it ever since the war started. So this is all has to do with the war, and Jimmy, come on, Jimmy, you're making that up. I'm going to show you how I'm not making that up. I'm going to show you right now that it's not just happening to this show, it's happening to any show that is telling you the truth about the war. Any show in the news space that is telling you the truth about the war. Okay.
I'm at home raising 2 boys while my husband works 2 jobs and night shifts to pay our bills. Senator Jon Ossoff voted to gut our child tax credit and raise our taxes by $2,000 a year. Senator Ossoff even voted for higher taxes on overtime pay. A $2,000 tax increase? That's 3 months of groceries. Jon Ossoff doesn't care about us. He's all about himself. Tell Senator Ossoff to stop voting for higher taxes.
Okay. So I did this video, and it says U.S. is out of missiles. Guess who controls the minerals? Well, China does. That was the point of that. So that was on August 13th. So the impression click-through rate, so the amount of people who clicked on the video who were shown it, was 8.5%. That sounds low, but that's a high number. So almost 8 or 9 out of, so almost 9 people out of 100 who are shown the video click on it. That's very high. Most channels average around 4%, 4 to 5%. So that's very high. And the average view duration, that's also very high, almost 8 minutes. Very high. So I asked Grok, how many on a normal channel
before we go or not?
How many views could a video that gets that kind of engagement, 8.5% click-through rate, and almost 8 minutes duration, how many views could it expect to get? Grok says on a normal, non-restricted YouTube channel with 1.8 subscribers, which we have, these metrics would typically produce 250 to 450,000 views. Wow, that seems like a lot. So Grok says this is a strong combination. High retention, nearly 8 minutes, plus a solid click-through rate usually gets rewarded with meaningful distribution. A normal channel would get up to 400, almost a half a million views.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
The average political channel, though, would get less because they suppress average political channels. But if you're heavily restricted, you'll get somewhere between 40 and 90. Well,
I already talked to him. Just
that video got 70,000 views.
He
So
told me
we
where
are
to meet
heavy,
him,
so
we
way
just need to head
worse
that way.
than that. So normally a normal channel could expect almost 450,000.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Political channel could expect almost 250,000. But our channel, being extra suppressed,
Well, they're going there. They're going to a concert.
could only crack 7,000.
Yeah.
There it is. So we got 70,000 views on an 8.5% click-through rate and an almost an 8-minute view duration. That's what we got.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, buckle up.
And you go, well, Jimmy, how do you know they're doing this?
I need to get a
so I'll show
drink.
you one more.
Okay.
Let me show you one more.
I need a drink really bad.
So YouTube is leaving me no choice.
Man, I walked it.
got one right here.
I walked it, man.
My politics.
Walked it.
Yeah.
Because they don't suppress those. So I'll show you one more.
Real cold.
I don't like that.
COVID prosecution.
I like it. Okay. Back
Fauci,
there.
top advisor, pleads guilty to COVID felony. So this was on August 22nd. So the click-through rate was 8.8%, even better. And the duration was 7 minutes. So I asked Rob, what could we expect?
So you walked down the store?
Yeah, but it wasn't down there. I took this right.
Yeah, then what?
And I kept walking.
Then what?
I didn't find it.
What'd you come to?
I came to a highway.
Yeah, you take a right, and then it's down.
The combination
So it's
is healthy.
right
should
and a
expand
right.
it beyond just the
Ah,
10 subscribers.
okay.
The realistic
But it looked like there was nothing down there.
protection, and this is accounting for independent news channel limits, is
I'll show you.
200 to 280,000, most likely. Most likely. In an optimistic case, 300 to 350. And the floor would be 160 to 180. So you wouldn't get any
Here.
kind of
Stop.
engagement numbers.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's what I got.
Right down the.
I got 45,000
Damn.
on this video.
Glory to God.
Rock
Now you
says
know.
even being super suppressed,
Jesus
you
saves.
should have got 160,000 views. Well, what we actually got was 45,000. And I says, YouTube is suppressing independent news channels way more than you think, right? And Grok says, yes. That result is significantly worse than the metrics justified. An 8.8% click-through rate combined with 7-minute average view duration is a strong performance package. On most channels, that combination routinely produces almost up to 150 to 300,000 views. Getting 45,000 is a clear underperformance relative to the signals that this video itself. So it should have gotten somewhere between 150 and 300,000. So you see how much we're being suppressed, like astronomically. So again, please, when you go to the YouTube, go to the Jimmy Dore Show channel and watch the videos you want to watch there, because they're not going to show up in your feed. So that's kind of outrageous. I would say that's kind of outrageous. That's a lot. And
You want something to drink?
and 7 minutes is considered
Before we get. Yeah,
a very strong performance. That's 7 minutes. Just
I
get
got 20s and
somebody's
10s.
attention for
That's
seconds,
right.
because people don't have attention spans anymore.
Alright, go. What you gonna get?
What you want?
Just give me whatever you get. Coke or whatever you want. I don't care. Hey.
Hey.
What up?
Nothing, I'm driving to work.
Awesome. That's good.
I'm already at the house. I'm over here on this road. Mars Road, I guess. What's it called? Maybe on Mars. Over there where all these houses are, let's see. I told you I used to get my tires changed back in the day. You remember that? The neighborhood, got a church in the neighborhood. Brand new church, ain't nobody got a 2-hour thing.
I don't know.
Ride this road every day. You can't make that road.
Pool Road? Morris
no,
Road?
it's not Pool Road.
Hiram Lithia Springs?
No, I'm almost there. I'm on Claiborne Parkway and Morris Road. Yep. I'm on Morris Road and Claiborne Crossing.
Cool, cool.
And I'm going across the Claiborne, and I'm over here on, I don't know what the name of this road is either, but it's got this big sharp curve in it.
Oh,
You know where I'm
okay.
at?
In the neighborhood.
Yeah,
By our old neighborhood.
close. We're past our old neighborhood.
Yep, yep. Ah. Yeah. Where the cops was.
Yeah, cop place. We only got like $20 a day. That's I got a gas to work back.
How much you got? Quarter tank?
But all the one before empty,
Yeah.
the one before empty, that place one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You'll be in this to get the word match. Huh?
Yes. Yep.
I called Tigger. Or I called Mickey. Not Mickey, Tigger. I told myself, you see you play the dance man, you just like your beard.
Ah.
You look like Tigger. that his profile, when you just look straight on him like Tigger, his profile.
Yeah.
I told him, I think it's your bone structure and your beard.
And your hairline.
Like you get the same hair, same beard,
Yeah.
same facial structure.
They probably can.
Huh?
Pop's probably his dad.
You what?
Pops is probably his dad.
Mom.
Pops.
Buck.
Pops.
Pop? I don't know. I don't think Pop had any more kids than Tigger. Because even Tigger, Buddy like that, that's right, Tigger.
Right.
But Tigger looks like his older brother, David, too. Pop's older son.
Yeah.
You see, he got the same, like, mouth, cheeks, he's Tigger. He got it, the other guy, David got Tigger, like, Pop lied Tigger on.
That's where I got.
Pop's grandson, but Pop was his grandson down around for a while named Shane. And he had blonde hair like Tigger did. Like Tigger and Buddy, when they were both born, they had blonde, white hair. Blonde, white hair.
What you got? Put this in here now. Saving this for later? Yeah. Okay, sorry, Tina.
He said, Michael went to his house, the man did a 4 or 5 bedroom house. And he, depending on how you want to do it. He said, so it's $1,200 down, $2,500 down. But they told the man, we'll do all the work, paint. We'll clean up around here, clean the house and paint and all that for you. We don't got to do the damn payment. And the guy said, I'll work with y'all to do that. And they got to like, case of the guy after they ever been evicted.
Oh, shoot.
So, maybe you need to call him and explain why you got evicted. Because she said, well, it wasn't a real eviction after yet was. You had to go to court. That's an eviction, sissy. They don't throw you out to after the judge decided. Y'all didn't go to court, so he can throw y'all's ass out. So that's a real eviction. They ain't got to throw you out to be evicted. It might not wear the same as a regular eviction because of the family. It was an eviction. Well, I don't think it's in the court. I said, yeah, it's in the court. We went to the courthouse to get eviction notice. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah.
Maybe you got an education and send the guy and call and tell him, give him the story. Maybe he'll let y'all go ahead and get out fresh. Because they gave you the spot.
God bless him, Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Huh?
God bless him, Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Yeah. They really need their own spot.
For sure.
Yeah, I miss my sister's help washing dishes and all that, but yeah, they really need their own spot though.
Yeah. Yep.
Our bills go way down. Because we won't have somebody running lights all day and heating up stuff and drinking and golfing and, looking at keep tea longer and all that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our stuff, I think the bills go down way down. They always got the TV on, something's on all the time. So they go to sleep, they wake up. Do all those late shows the last couple of days. He had TV on, bucket home shirts on.
Alright, we're almost there.
They just basically, it's time for them to go, but I'm gonna hate to see Sissy go because she washes dishes. My name, my clothes wash. She wash them, put them in the jar, whatever. All down like common dish jar ass. She washed my clothes with towels. Just towels that was in the basket. Common dish jar ass. Put the basket, put the towels inside because I always wash the towels separate. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't like it. She washed my clothes and got the towels in there. I don't like that shit. Both times she washed my clothes, she did that shit. I don't like washing towels.
Good driving.
Yep, I'll be fast. But everything go down too, because she washes her clothes, Buck's clothes, Michael's clothes. Like, Jesus Christ. They got to work with Shane Garrison once they get in their own place. All that goes down. I asked her, but like he ain't seen anything, he's seen outside. I said, he seems to know about it. He said, yeah. Michael, he can't give him a job. I think he's let you that job. You gotta have a job, but that's not going to have. It's not, you know, you don't have to have, you have to have 950 a piece, $1,000 a piece, you know what I'm saying? He running around, taking, like, today he left already, and Buck sitting at the house. He got right around the car. Well, you didn't find your job, dude. Today, you went pick up, when you woke up, you went Buck in the house. My Buck playing, but, you know, I had today. I didn't get no overtime today. I didn't get no overtime this week.
Did Buck go to work?
Yeah, he went to work. But he's back home already. You didn't see him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if I know that I-20 was closed this morning, so I didn't know if he was able to go to work or not.
He went to work. He said he only worked a half a day. I worked half a day. I didn't get overtime. Probably had to work late. Who knows? I don't know. But Mike said he taking the liberty. Now I'm like, this boy's wearing that dang car out. Wearing it out. He's going to be at home more times than not. Y'all didn't get this. Y'all need two people. Michael's buying his boat. Like, well, he ain't riding his boat, so he's riding a car. And you let him take you. And that boy get back on. That's why the other car, you get it, drive it. And then he drive it, the blue one she had, drive it high and wreck into a big ass truck. Let me figure out.
Nah, I don't need it right now. I still got this.
Y'all think picture that guy? No. But that guy said he ain't never seen somebody with such a likeness to him. I said, yeah. The teacher said, man, you ain't just like my uncle. And he said, yeah, I picture the guy. I said, yeah. When I went there, he said, who does that look like? I said, Tigger. I didn't hesitate. I said, Tigger. Just like that. The guy said, that's what he said. I ain't never seen somebody such a likeness. I think your bones look good, your hair, your beard. Sure, nothing else has been there. I didn't let you go. I don't know if I got the right one.
Thanks.
So shoot, further. They've been, you know, coming out. Dallas to live, everybody's coming to Dallas to live, and they go out further than Dallas, you know, before you know it, everybody's going to have to be in Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Sure enough.
Everybody going to be in Alabama trying to get away from everybody. I know, you know, we did better. Dallas is going to fight. Josh yet? Not yet.
Yeah, he's in the car.
Oh, hey, Josh. God bless you.
Hey, God bless you.
Love you.
Love you too.
He's got his pants up here.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he wants them. They didn't fit him all the way. So you can throw them away. Right, you don't want those pants. No, he doesn't want them.
What?
He doesn't want those.
Oh, yeah, nah, I didn't want those pants. They didn't fit.
Look at the Jason. How are they?
So where we gotta go?
Atlanta. We're in Stone Mountain. Watch the road though, so you can learn all the roads. This is called Memorial Drive. Goes all the way to Atlanta. Are you on schedule, team?
Huh?
Are you on schedule to get there on time?
Well, I'm at Bankhead Highway and what's the road called? Bankhead Highway and Thornton Road.
Thornton Road. Bankhead and Thornton.
That's I'm sitting at the light right here.
Okay.
Get ready to turn on.
What time you gotta be there?
Parkway, AKA Bankhead Highway, 5:45.
5:45. Oh yeah, you're doing real good.
It's 4:55 right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get there. You should get there in like 17 minutes. So
We'll see.
you should have like 25
We shall
minutes
see.
to spare.
We shall see King when he comes. He is coming in power with a helpless hour. We shall see the King when he comes.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I hope you get that place.
Amen. We shall see the King. Oh, glory. Right? Hallelujah.
Yes, I'll be there in 18 minutes. Well, I'm pointing to this anyway. I ain't going here. I'll get the turn. I'll go. I'm fixing to go to the truck. I don't care if it's red or not, but I can't see this truck in front of me. When you get over there, you stay over there. I'm going to stay around you. Hey, I just took it from me because all he was running ahead of me. So I couldn't see the light if right on me. I ain't got time to see the light 2 or 3 times. Why am I need to turn for? Oh, you're trying to get me to go to the highway. To put in this year. No, not this time, lady. Highway backed up for days. Backed up for days, honey.
Don't do it. See Covington.
Huh?
So don't do it.
No, I ain't going the highway. I don't like going interstate.
I know. Because it's backed up.
Not me.
You need to go that way.
Not
I was
me.
thinking where this
Where y'all at?
where this goes, but I don't think we're gonna. We're in Stone Mountain.
Okay.
Heading to Atlanta.
I thought you were supposed to meet him at 5. You ain't gonna be there by 5.
We're gonna get close. We're gonna make it.
Because it's 4:57 right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get close. We'll be there close enough. We'll find him.
Where's his name at?
In that bag right there. Yep, that one.
You think I say $2,000 for my BMW or pay it for a truck? I said, well, how the truck drive, he said, right, I think he test got the truck, he started that, make that decision. Yeah, you got test drive first. I want to get me a truck back to your trailer. I mean, the lawnmower for some landscaping. I understand that, but first you got to make sure the truck drives.
Yeah.
On the end, you got to decide if you're going to keep that ready car or not. You'll get a big slide. You have to decide all that. You don't even look the vehicle if you ain't driving it. So you should have silver Michael. They want to buy that ready car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me good morning.
Yeah.
That means you don't make the road because they try to take the interstate, boy. So what does Take Killer do?
I don't know.
But I talked to Pablo. They said, "Did you work for Bud?" He said, "No, I got it." He said, "I think I quit Bud." And then my old boss talked back. He said, "We didn't pay you some money." And this and that. So we down leaving. He said, "Bud got pissed off." He said 3 or 4 different paragraphs. He said, "But the last day I worked for him, he paid me my money, and he said, I didn't give you the full amount because you were working after you ain't good." I said, "Yeah, they tell you don't work for family or friends, because family or friends are your family. You ain't for you, but it's something to work." I said, "I'll work harder, and they're going to do whatever they can to you, because they feel like they can." He said, "Yeah." And that's how his boss treats him, I guess. That's how he treats all his employees. I said, "Well, he can't do that. That's not good."
Run the red light, y'all got me.
I need the employees, like, either put them on salary or give them a pay per hour. Instead of feel like paying. That's the way he do this thing good business. He can't keep employees in that kind of way.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you right back because I'm gonna call these folks. All right?
Okay.
Love you.
All right.
God bless you. Peace.
God bless you.
Dial the 334. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
where y'all at?
We're a little ways away now. We won't be there about 5:30.
Okay.
Told you that.
Okay, awesome.
We got the address, so we can meet you at the parking lot place.
Okay, you want to text the address to us?
You wait outside the gate for it?
Yeah, I guess, or I can meet you at the parking lot. I don't know, it's kind of busy there.
Yeah, because it's inside.
Yeah, it's kind of busy. It's hard to get to the gate. But
Yeah.
what we'll do is when I get there, I'll call you, okay? And if y'all get there for me, y'all call me, okay?
Okay.
Okay, God bless you.
We're still a little bit of ways away.
Okay, awesome. We are also.
So we'll be there at 5:35.
Okay, awesome. All right, we'll see y'all in just a few minutes.
All right.
See you soon. God bless you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry. like my wife, she's on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, we'll call you when we get there then.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, hon, bone?
Hey. So they're running late. We're running late, so it's all right.
See? Kid took me to work.
No. Still coming
I'm in good shape. I think I'm come home early though. I don't think I'll stay later, right? I don't think like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, plus you don't want to be driving early in the morning. There's so many cars out.
Huh?
You don't want to be driving at 4 o'clock in the morning when there's lots of cars.
Yeah, I know. Like Mississippi. I'm gonna leave ready to find a night. I'll see tomorrow. They're gonna need more people more than this station. Man, nowhere last night. I just read the last day we had of ours on the Twilight, and that's the only thing I did for the whole night. Then had it, I made it take the last. Yeah, that's on the snake here. I'll be back here for tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know how many you'd need or whatever.
And then I got all I need my first one. I got all I need. I heard some people last night never did it. If you come in, you don't have to take nothing out your back. If you come out, you have to take the truck, the little truck, and the only thing you have to take in your bag is to go in and use your bottle in your water. But when it's coming out, you got to take everything in your bag. But they want bag to turn upside down there. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're gonna be the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
That's where they at?
Well, that's where they're heading to. They ain't there. I don't know where they are exactly.
So that where you got a parking spot there?
I hope not.
I'm thinking, y'all, where you gonna find it? That's where you going.
I don't know. I'm good at finding free parking. I'm good at it.
You gotta buy free parking for these too. You got
Also been known to get tickets.
Huh?
I said I've also been known to get tickets too, huh? This is where they filmed the movie.
Ticket on my insurance now, boy. I might cut you my insurance too. You get your own insurance.
You must be making Happy Gilmore 3 or 4 or something, because making a golf movie.
3, 4, 4, 2, 3.
Making a golf movie.
3.
I don't know any other golf movies, but there might be a new golf movie they're doing or something.
Might make a new movie.
Maybe.
Maybe it's not Hank Gilmore. Maybe it's Hanky Dibby. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely making some movies. They got thousands. They got thousands of people over here on this golf course.
Audition for part.
No, not auditioning. They're in it. They're shooting a movie.
You see the cameras and all that?
No, because the golf course is made where you can't see on it over here, because you can't just walk up on this golf course because it's in the hood. My dad got shot at on this golf course when I was a kid. Yeah, when I was a
It was
kid.
a deer or something?
Huh?
What do you think it was, a deer?
Nah, he was getting robbed.
They kind of robbed it?
Yeah. These guys came up and said, hey, you want to buy some golf balls? And they're like, sure. And then they pulled a 38 out and said, give me your money. My dad took off running. Zigzagging down the golf course. Zigzagging. They shooting at him. They shooting! Oh, mates, look. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I remember him telling me about that. Back then, there was a lot of crime. Whoa. Yeah, he was getting robbed all the time back then. One time I came into we lived in a hotel. He owned the hotel.
They got one right here on Maple Parkway, honey.
Oh, yeah?
Flop.
Oh, that's right. Flock.
Yeah, right here.
Flock that. Flock that camera.
On Maple Parkway, you got one right there. You see? I'll show you more. See you more.
Coming in power will hail the blessed hour. We shall see the King. Got it in my head. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I'm 11.
You tie your boat up to it, middle of nowhere, middle of no water. Oh, it says right there. It's something to do with the Civil War.
Civil War?
Yeah, there's a big old thing. I don't know what it is. Looks like a
Golf
cannon.
movie.
Looks like a half a
Little golf
cannon.
courses I got to do the golf.
Say what? Say what?
It just stand on the golf course.
We passed the golf course.
Oh, you talking about something else now?
Yeah. We're done with the golf course. Done. I was listening to this preacher last night.
My brother, are you ready for the call?
Crown the Savior, King and Lord of all.
The pieces that the girl is looking for him fall. We shall see the King when he comes.
Hallelujah.
Oh, yes. his royal blood now flows through my veins. I who can see him. Praise God, praise God. I'm a child of the King.
Hallelujah.
Mario PlayStation, talking about this is pretty good. Pretty good.
Almost there.
Tina the other day when she was over to work when I came in, she called me, she said, she can't find her tape done, but the one I had over there was pretty good. But she didn't find her tape, man. It's all gray, so I took a picture of the tape over there. She said, that's not it. Mine's all light green. So when I was leaving that night, I found the tape done, right? She's talking about. And I put it in a box, and I put it in a box. Tina R. Right? I put it in her station. She didn't see it, box. When I came in, I found this stupid thing. She said, no, I can't find it. I said, Peter, you said not to stay up in your area. She said, yeah. I said, yeah, look at there, it says PR. Oh, and she looked at me. I said, well, that's the more I see. You ain't paying attention. That's what you're bothering me. You don't pay attention. I ain't making a U-turn. I have to fill up my stuff for them, man.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You got 15 minutes to kill.
Big 7, and Davey some too. They work in an 8 right here.
You got 15 minutes to kill, but don't be like Erica and kill her husband. I said, you got 15 minutes to kill, but don't be like Erica and kill your husband.
I ain't killing my husband. I can't live without him. I can't kill him. I got to keep him for his life. He's the life. He's from nowhere. I'm killing him because I ain't got nothing to do here. That's just what I got. My brother, are you ready to tell? Think I'm going to come with more. Just do a car you got. Close up to you for any car. So, you know, I drive big cars. I drive big.
Drive big cars. I drive big cars.
I got a big car. I didn't keep talking about any of got one. Maybe forget. I out. Take me out there. Because I was there all day at 50. That's gone. 50 is Jay. Yeah. Yeah, we go back and eat stuff like we used to eat. Stand there, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm ready to eat out now. That's what I'm good. I said, well, I tell you, my supper's done. But, Buck, I know you probably eating it. He said, what is it? I said, chicken Alfredo, but you got carrots and broccoli. And you can fix carrots and broccoli as well as that chicken and pasta. So I'm not really, I said, they ain't small to keep this out. Big to keep out. Now, bread, but I don't make for either one. So we can refresh too. They said, I want chicken. Here's broccoli. Shorty green beans. Yeah, well, my house. My house. Get on out of my house. Where y'all at now?
We're in Atlanta. Down Jim's Corner.
Huh?
Around Jim's Corner.
Hey, what time you gonna come home tonight?
I don't know.
You call you when I start home? Or
Yeah.
call you when I get home or what?
Call me before you get off. Call me once you figure out when you're getting off. Like normal.
Like I usually call you when I find out what time I'm leaving?
Yeah.
Like I usually do?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So this is where Jim stands right there. There's this dude that I know named Jim, and he has a corner. And we just passed his corner where he stands. I don't know if he's homeless or not, but he said he stays in College Park. But he looks homeless, but I don't know for sure.
you can tell him, I'll call you back.
Love you. God bless you.
Lucy, God bless you.
Peace. Don't do it. We'll be there in just a second. Just wait till we get out of the car. 'Cause, like, I can get you out in the car. Might as well be out of the car in a minute. Just wait. Almost to where we're going. Call these guys. Just a minute. What time is it? I got 10 minutes before they're going to be here. If anything, they can be here later. Traffic's really bad today. Well, check that out. That's what he's doing. You eaten yet?
It's not dogs. Okay. Mayonnaise as well.
Okay, what is it? What it is. No, don't get out. Not yet. Let's get our job done right now. That's all we care about right now. Get this job done. Hey,
Hey,
y'all almost here?
I'm not sure. We're over here on this. We're not downtown.
Y'all right downtown? Gotcha.
We're not downtown. I don't know where we are. We're in traffic. About 2 miles away.
2 miles away? Okay, that's good. 'Cause I'm about a half a mile away. You know what road you're on?
No. What about an SMS meeting? I don't know.
Josh, get back in. We'll fix it. Go.
There's a Texaco over here.
Get in. Okay, get in. Buckle up. Yeah, pull over in that Texaco. I'm right here at the Texaco. Pretty sure.
You at the Texaco? It's right there at the Texaco.
I think that's.
At White Oak?
Let me look and see. I don't know for a fact. Don't do it yet, I guess. Let me make sure. Let's see. White Oak.
White Oak and Lee.
White Oak and Lee? Okay. Well, I'm not at that Texaco, but I do know where that is. But
okay.
I'm going to be at this other one. Right before you get there, there's a Texaco, and it's on the north side. So y'all are at Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're almost.
Well, we're over here by Lee. We're on Lee Street.
Okay, awesome.
But we're heading on. We're not going to Texaco. We're going back. We're heading downtown on Lee Street.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we was just on Lee Street.
Who?
Yeah, we was.
We're on Chapel Street next.
Okay,
Our destination is Beckworth Court.
Yeah, we're going to Beckworth Court.
Beckworth Court.
It's parking lot.
Okay, gotcha. What's the address on Beckworth Court?
432.
I'm gonna meet you there.
That's where we're going. I think you see.
Okay, well I haven't looked at my text. I'm on the wheel. But I'm right around the corner from there.
Okay.
So we'll meet you at
Well,
Beckwood.
we're just a few about a mile away.
Cool. We'll see you there in 3
All right,
minutes from Beckworth.
All right.
Alright, God bless you. See you in a second. Peace. Bye. Just chill, bro. Let's get this done. We got 3 minutes. We need to learn how to chill. Not think about things like that all the time.
At the next light, turn left.
The light, turn left onto Atlanta Student Movement Boulevard. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn right.
What's going on? Absolutely. Yeah, I'll do it in just a few minutes, okay? If I don't do it in a few minutes, call me back and remind me if something happens.
Okay.
Alright, God bless you. Love you.
Love you.
Thank you. Peace. That's that girl.
At the next stop sign, turn right. At the stop sign, turn...
Stop. Tina? Hey.
Hey,
What up?
can you hear me?
Yes.
Iggy wants you to send some money.
I know. I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll send him some.
Send some.
I will in a minute or two. I'm doing this thing
So
right
it's gonna
now.
take a minute.
Yeah, I told him that. Told him to call me back if I don't do it in a few minutes. Yeah, I got it. No problem.
Okay. You call me and you tell me he's not gonna be over Saturday. So the dance come over, he's gonna be there Saturday. He's gonna work my man Friday. My mom should be here Friday night. I'll go over here Saturday. If my dad can go Saturday, I won't be there. That's okay, I can do it. If you need money, you got to call Patty and he don't have no more. He's okay. I do. I think you got money. You got no more money? Well, you head over and look at you already out.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Who wants a drawing pad? You can draw on.
Yeah.
Save his picture. Then you go ahead and draw some pictures. If you can draw good, if you got a pencil.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Beckwith Court Southwest.
You can't stay good.
This is Beckworth. It doesn't say Beckworth.
He said, yeah. He likes to draw a pen. I said, yeah, they don't see. Once you do a pen, you don't have to have a pencil. Not just a pen.
In 600 feet, turn right into the parking lot.
Hey, Tina, I gotta go. I love you. I gotta go.
Turn right into the parking lot. Then your destination will be on the left.
I gotta go, Tina.
Wow, go!
Okay, love you. God bless you. Peace. Bye. It's right here.
Your destination is on the left.
Yeah, I'm waiting on somebody that's parking right here. Is it alright if I'm gonna sit right there? Yeah, that way I'm out the way. Just put that in there. Put that right in there. Just leave it for right now. Let's get this motherfucking job, man. Playing around. Right stuff don't matter. Don't just chill and let's get this job done. This is the most important thing that you can do in your whole life right now. Remember how many minutes they said they were? doing a photo right there. The guy standing behind him.
Is that them?
Looks like him, don't it?
Yeah.
Is that down?
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks too tall.
Let's see.
Is it? I don't think so. Yeah, I think so. Jump in.
Yeah,
Hey, we're here.
we just saw y'all.
Oh, you did?
We just pulled in.
Y'all just
The
pulled
little
in?
blue car.
Black car.
The blue car.
We're in a black
Oh,
car.
us.
Black car.
Us. We are in a blue car.
Oh, y'all are in a blue car. Okay.
Yeah, a little blue Toyota.
Okay,
And
y'all
we're
pulled in the
parking
parking lot.
down.
Okay.
You go up there?
You want us to come to you?
Huh?
You want us to come down there and come to you?
You don't think they'll let you down here unless you get a parking space?
Right. I'll probably let Josh walk down and I don't know, they might not.
We'll come up here.
Okay.
We gotta get.
He's gonna come over
we
here.
We gotta get to the. We gotta get to the I see you right here.
Asking right here?
We'll be out in just a second.
Baby, you asking a lot now, I'm just saying.
Alright. We'll see you in just a minute.
Okay.
You got a big old boat, this little bitty car.
Alright, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay. God bless you. Wild. Okay. I'm gonna end this broadcast. I hate it. 3 hours. Okay, cool. I will be broadcasting again in a minute. God bless y'all in the name of Jesus Christ and your peace. Hold on. I'm not gonna end it yet. I'll wait till we're done with the deal first.
Got $5,000.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Panama City. Thanks. Thanks to that guy.
We got a pool.
Do our thing.
We got a pool at AJ's house.
Okay. Do they? I was wondering if there's a pool back there.
Yeah.
So this is the check. I'm just gonna put this in here for now.
That's in your name though,
That's
right?
in my, I don't think so. Let's see what name it's in.
Yeah, James S. Block.
Is it? Okay, dope. Alright then, I'll get this cash for you later.
5,000.
Okay, but buckle up.
Yeah.
Buckle up. Yeah, let's get up out of here. Before somebody robs us.
No, we're talking.
Go get some other food. You put that shit in your sock. You got any other money on you, or is that all you got on you?
Nah, I got 200 and something dollars.
Get out of here, go the other way. Get out of here.
I lost a whole sack I lost 2 whole sacks
Of weed?
Yeah.
Oh, I know where it is. I hit it.
You hit it?
Yeah, I showed you, but your memory's not good yet. I know where it is. So you ain't lost
2
it.
sacks.
Yeah, I hit it.
I bought another sack last night.
Cool. You got, but it's under where you sleep. It's under the cushions on the couch.
And I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's right there. That's where I put it. Should be there, right?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. I'm trying to think of how to get up out of here.
Not behind this cop. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. This is a lot of money, man. I ain't ever seen $5,000.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you should just put it back in your sock.
So we got a DoorDash call for Daggero.
Yeah.
Some food.
Yeah. Well, I gotta just send him some money. In a minute. Just wanna make sure we get it far enough away where nobody knows where we are. Because
I'm smoking this blunt, man. We got the business done. We got $5,000. It's time to smoke. Fine enough.